everyone. Welcome to the Nat 20 Show, another and tonight's episode of Balance of the Cosmic Wheel. I am your humble Dungeon Master, Case, and with me I have my wonderful crew of players. We are going to be jumping into some more chaos tonight. Let me get this boring sound of my voice drowned out with some audio.
What do you mean? We love your dulcet tones.
Your voice is
as sonorous and melodic as it might be. I feel that sleep, we don't want to send all of the viewers immediately into a coma.
Yeah, I'll do audiobooks and stuff like that later. But
10 out of 10.
For tonight, before we jump into the chaos, we have a few notes from sponsors and other things that are going around right now. We're kind of also in a sprint as a channel to give to bring out more content to you, the viewers, here soon. So first, for our sponsors, you can see them going off in the bottom right corner. The first one that I want to mention is Incarnate. Incarnate is the map making tool that we use here. They have given us access to their awesome platform that we're able to use online in the web browser. It works well with Mac and Windows operating systems. The new Battle Map 2.0 styles has dynamic lighting that you can use. That's comes with 4K quality. The watercolor and the watercolor maps for the top-down views are also available. Several of us have been pushing around with this stuff, and it's been an amazing tool that we're using. I used it to make this masterpiece with all the trees and nice little colorations and stuff like that. So go check them out.
I'm allergic to beautiful maps.
And we can announce also that we will be hope for some Nat 20s in the next coming streams, because once we hit 50 Nat 20s, we'll be giving away a year subscription to Incarnate.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah!
So that's to come. Of course, the next milestone is our 40th Nat 20, which will give out more dice, because every 20 Nat 20s we give out a set of dice. Our other sponsor is Elderwood Academy. Elderwood Academy is a procurer and a crafter of fine wooden gaming accessories, such as this wonderful one that they have supplied us with from the previous campaign. These spell books, they have spell books and hex chests and scroll dice trays that roll up and are put into this dice roller thing. You can customize the wood, the fake leather. I just have to note that it is fake leather, but it feels very nice. You're able to choose the foliage. I saw on their Facebook page today that they have like satisfaction videos of them putting on the foil, and I kind of got drowned in that for a little bit, but yeah, it's really, really pretty. You can use our code NAT20 to get 10% off of your order, and we have more things coming, more information coming from them here soon. Also, stick around for the intermission. You'll be able to see all the cool things, as we now have a commercial that we're going to be playing. So that's interesting. The other thing we have, another sponsor I'd like to give thanks to, is Hero Forge. Hero Forge is our go-to for wonderful 3D printed minis that they have pre-colored. They have an unpainted option, but they also have a 3D printer that prints in a variety of colors and sheens and textures with new modifications and additions every week. You're able to use it in your browser and save them to your profile. If you get a subscription, you can also take advantage of the tokens that we're going to be using in a couple of our sessions, and take epic photos of your creature or player, or your player's creature. We have some incoming shows or an incoming thing where we're going to be doing a meet the player and meet the character, where we're going to be going through one at a time and introducing the player and the PC of the Balance of the Cosmic Wheel while we make the character on Hero Forge to kind of show y'all what we're going through, and then whenever we get them in, we'll make sure to show them. As soon as we get a code here soon, it will be up in the Discord about how you can get, I think it is 15% off. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 15% off your purchase at Hero Forge. So thank you, Hero Forge. And to end that, we'll push on over to Kobe, who tells us about the Discord.
Hey guys! Augustine was kind enough to do ! Discord in the chat. So if you want to join us, chat with us players and chat with the community, we would love you to join. I swear we're super nice, and there's some interactive things we're hoping to do soon. If you look in the announcement channel above this announcement, there's actually a poll on some things that you either want to see from us or do with us, so check that out, and we're always open for suggestions, so check out the suggestions channel, and yeah, join us. We're cool, you're cool, it worked.
And don't forget to join us on Tuesday for our other campaign, foregoing any mishaps that happened because of Streamlabs OBS, for that we for sure have solidified now, running in the 90s, and I'll throw that to Steve.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I just want to say we probably shouldn't be spreading false information. Most of us are cool. I'm a big fucking nerd.
I apologize.
So yeah, running in the 90s, for a very different flavor from your standard D&D RPG show, on Tuesdays we have a game set in the world of Shadowrun. It's an alternative D6 based RPG system where a lot of the same players that you see here are joined together as the Neon Knights, a group of Shadowrunners who are moving through the back alley streets of New Seattle, confronting everything from cyberspace bots empowered by AIs to spirits from the astral realm, since magic has returned to the world, and confronting everyone from organized crime to mystical soul-eating fairies that may live in a certain mage's scythe.
What?
It's a really good time. It's chaotic, but it's also really a fascinating world that I'm having a lot of fun developing. And be sure to come and stop by 7:30 on Tuesdays.
There's a quick recap of our D&D adventures in the VODs down below, where Steve takes us through the nonsense that happened in the series, along with some background information. So be sure to check those out.
Just do remember that the birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Please.
Yes,
Not
they
here.
do.
This is our solace on the birds. Last but not least, we have a shirt campaign and a shout out that I want to bring over to Mel.
Hello! So, if you have not bought your The Birds Are Not Real t-shirt, you need to do it now. Like now. We only have 3 days left in this campaign, and we have to sell 10 shirts or they don't print at all. Like at all. If we don't sell 10 shirts, nobody gets a shirt. So don't be that guy. Buy a shirt. All right, and I'll give you some reasons why you should buy this shirt. They are 100% ring spun cotton, so they are going to be soft AF. They are printed with 100% water-based ink. Not only are they going to be good for the environment, they discharge directly into the cotton of the shirt. So when you run your hand over the print, you're not going to be able to feel it. Oh, look, I'm repping the company.
What have you done?
It's fine. So it's going to be super soft, and it's going to be supporting us and allowing us to make the stream experience a little bit better for y'all. So everything you give to us, we give right back to you, and the shirt's cool. So why wouldn't you want a shirt? For real. I think we have a link for it somewhere, but the link is also in the Discord. Plastisol who, they say.
There it is. There's the shirt.
There's the shirt. Alrighty, and one last thing. So, this is just a little bit of a shout out. I'm actually going to be DMing a game this week. Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh. So if you're not doing anything on Thursday, you should come on out to the Idiotic Adventurers Twitch and come watch me be in the game. I'm not gonna tell you anything. You're just gonna have to come find out.
You just kind of be thrown in the middle of it, and that's
Well,
okay.
there's like some angry gods from like other timelines, and like this mad queen who has a crown and she's evil, and it's a good time. What
You
could
love this
possibly go
game,
wrong?
honestly.
And Steve is also in this campaign.
I am actually also playing a tiefling in that one, but he's different. The
He's
other Steve tiefling.
The other Steve Tiefling, not to be confused with this Steve Tiefling.
Yeah.
And with that, we will jump into tonight's chaos. Last time on Mouse the Cosmic Wheel, after dispatching a few Ankegs that had interrupted a festival of the pre-Winter Solstice Festival, the group was on their way back to Orncast, the city that you see before you here, and noticed that the city of Orncast was engulfed in flame. Seemingly, apparently, there was a group of individuals or religious followers of someone named did y'all find out the name?
Yeah, we did. I just don't have my notes with me.
What was the question?
Of I was
name of the
asking if
symbol.
y'all knew what the name of the symbol was
Yeah,
that they had.
Val wasn't there for that.
Let me just check my notes of what Zeke knows.
See,
It was-
normally
No, that was
I bet it's
Bane?
nothing.
That was
It's
Nova
nothing
and I.
whatsoever.
Nova
Yeah, I
passed a
know.
religion check, and I just...
Was it Bane?
It was Bane.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who some of you guys know as like just Cash, the god of like murder and and tyranny.
Super cash.
Cash. There had been waste laid to the city, especially in the northeastern area of Orncast, as the crew pushed their way towards the what looked like the epicenter of the fire, towards the Father's Grove, the place where originally it seemed that any and all vegetation could grow, or anything really. They pushed on towards the Dawnfather's Cathedral after handling this creepy smoke creature, shade creature that seemed to have interest in Val, our paladin, before trying to cast a spell on Val that did not work, and then emitting into a puddle of blood.
Disgusting. You legitimately hate to see it.
Eventually able to save some of the clergy members. They found out that the stone or statue of Pelor that has kind of the direct power attachment from the Divine Gate Beyond to Pelor that links his power to the city of Orncast, and learn how the city was kind of built around this stone, since it has been immovable since the inception of the city. Meanwhile, in order to douse the flames, our local warlock, Abraham, at the center of town, with the burgomaster, was able to solidify a deal with some silver-tongued talking and interest from the other party in just who this law firm works with, noting Seamus's real name, and almost immediately signing the paper.
Right.
It was
It was Bullock. It was Bullock Draft.
Fulligdrath, yeah. I have that paper somewhere around here, but I have so many little notes, little note cards.
Both Abe and Steve were taking a lot of notes as that was happening.
Getting the burgomaster, Sonia, the silver-haired furbolg, to sign off saying that she would sign away her soul to this Vuligdroth, this ice devil, in exchange for the next 12 hours that make sure that no flame within the area of Orncast was allowed to flourish, which ended up in a 2-minute super blizzard that created about like 8 feet of snow in about 2 minutes and covered the entirety of the inside and outside of Orncast and all the homes, snuffing out any flames within the area. Luckily, there's been some quick thinking and a general consolidation of efforts from the party as they all have met towards the center of town, back into the Old Mole Tavern, where they now sit, exhausted, but warmed by the new fire as the city of Orncast, quote unquote, has now changed jurisdiction as of the past like 30 minutes to the radius centered within the burgomaster's home for the purposes of the next week for this.
So technically, legally, we're just in a random tavern in the wilds outside of Orncast.
Exactly. You're technically.
So what you're saying is snuff out the light starts playing in the background, and we also have an instrument.
Yeah. Sure. What I'm saying is that, like, if I committed a crime, who could legally stop me?
Stop! You've already done enough
No.
today.
Val would.
Have
That's
done
the correct
enough.
answer. A couple of people who would probably stop you.
Val would beat your ass. That's who.
I'd say that Abe and Zeke were you were the first ones to kind of push into the tavern, and there you see a plethora of people that are warming up now, as there's a large there's been a large push of snow that's been been vacated from the area or just melted into the wood. A lot of the area is like damp from the snow, but there is a fire that has been recently been lit, and people are talking back and forth, trying to figure out what's going on and where this whole thing came from. And there's a sense of unease, but the unease is kind of broken eventually by one of the residential players of the lute, who just begins to kind of strum in the corner. It kind of easily pulls down the tension once at a time, one note at a time. You do see your new teammates coming from the northern districts within Orncast, coming down that thoroughfare with a Tensor's floating disc following Xyriel, with a couple of clergymen on it.
Are they injured?
From this distance, you notice that there are a couple that are kind of like pulling at their sides, but it seems like some of them have like bandages that are already in place.
Okay, so it seems like they've been seen to previously.
Yes.
When I was helping set up the people on the bridges and like getting things organized, did anyone start to form like a little like medical area with anyone who was maybe a healer or anything like that I saw, or did that not exist yet because it was happening so fast?
Whenever you were across the lake, across the river on the other side, there was like a couple of like stables that had been kind of pushed out the way for an opening, because there was snow also inside, and so the places that were covered from the snow that didn't have snow all around it were like outdoor awnings and stuff like that. So that's where you had seen a couple, maybe two, like medical areas.
Okay. Cool. Then I think what I would do is, if there's any still snow, like on one of the tables, whichever one is like the most in the corner, I would like take an arm and brush the snow off of that table, and then sort of like shake my hand to like get all that cold snow off, and like also for like a couple of the chairs, and sort of make a space in the corner for me and Abe, and if possible, like, are there any like booths or anything, or is it all just tables and chairs?
It's all tables and chairs. There's mostly benches that kind of take up the area, and it's pretty packed in the area. But there is like a pushed away section where Sonia goes over and sits and invites you over to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna clear up enough space for like a bunch of people to be at that table.
Okay.
And then sort of as I see them come in, start to get out like my fiddle and bow, and sort of like gesture them over.
Of course he has a fiddle.
Hey,
Is it golden, and did he get it from Georgia?
No, it's not golden yet.
Why would you assume it would be golden? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to pull Zeke aside for a second as he's setting up.
Oh, okay.
Now Zeke, I realize this is kind of a bad time to bring this up.
And I like see him like off like in the distance, and I'll be like, hurry it up.
But I mean, if you do happen to be talking to people, we still haven't found Tina Alme.
Oh yeah, no, don't you worry. I think oh shit.
Well, it's just if you know, perhaps somebody had seen something and things start to get around.
And I keep like basically I'm sort of gesturing to the side, talking to like Abe, but still clearly like looking down the way at where people are coming from, right? To not seem like I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. People might form
just to seem welcoming while still trying to like get conversation made.
People might form sort of the wrong idea about how different things might have happened.
Okay, don't you worry.
So
we're gonna keep everything real close to the vest, keep our cards down, and given that I helped everyone not get burnt on that bridge, I feel like maybe there'll be some people inclined to help out finding this gal. So, assuming that there's literally any plants still alive in the whole town.
right?
So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you just chill, and I'll work it into the conversation in the next few hours. How's that sound?
Good enough.
Anyways, I start to like try out a few notes.
Sounds good. Eventually, the rest of you make your way into the old mall, and you see over to the side that there is there's Sonia and the brothers are sitting at a table.
The perfect musical sting.
Val's just gonna walk over to the table and sit down. She tired. She's just gonna walk over to the table, scrape the chair. Oh, it's a bench, not a chair, but you know. And then she's just gonna whomp into a chair and just be like, "Bleh."
Xyriel tries to walk through the tavern door before realizing that the tensor's disc wouldn't fit. I think this is where we're gonna stop for now, guys. Is that okay? He's saying to the clergy on the disc.
Yes, this is fine. We had to come here.
I mean, is there anywhere else you? I'm sorry. Is there anywhere else you want to go?
Oh no. This is fine. I prefer the red thistle. They have nice coffee.
Sorry.
They do indeed have nice coffee there.
He like goes and pats you on the arm. He just goes, I appreciate your assistance. You've done well.
Thank you. And then he's gonna drop the tensor's disc and walk inside as well. And just sit at the table.
All right.
Cool. If it helps set the scene at all, I'm playing Guilty Man, just the instrumental of it, on the fiddle. Like not super well yet. It's clear that this is something I'm still like getting into the rhythm of like learning.
Sounds good.
Outside of the tavern, before Nova and I enter, I'm just going to look at her and say, no one needs to know about the eye and the petrify and the head of those now dead.
All right, I understand, but and I like go to my pocket and I pat it a couple of times with the necklace in it, and I say, there are questions, but I will keep other things discreet.
I will give a bow, and then I will hold the door open for her.
Oh, I look back for Alia and I don't see her. I give a little nod, then I go in. Yeah. I enter the tavern.
All right. Eventually, everyone enters in the tavern and hears that there's like some jeering back and forth. That eventually you could see like the community that is here, especially like within this centralized tavern. That while there is like still like a worried look on the denizens of the tavern, there's a push for like someone to get some food and stuff like that, and it seems like the atmosphere is starting to make a masked shift towards forced smiles, maybe. Though there are a couple that are limiting their enjoyment of the night.
Marla's just going to quietly sit there. Give a look to Abe and Zeke, who are now here, who were once missing, and walk over.
Hello there.
Um,
How goes your attempts at the rescue towards was it the cathedral you were heading for?
Indeed it was, but things were a little tense, and I think maybe it would have been easier if I'm trying to speak, and it just can't do it.
She's trying to say where
Damage.
And then she flinches, and you just see her kind of look down to the ground and shake her head.
Yeah.
She looks a little worse for wear.
What were you guys doing?
Abe thinks he knows what the problem is, so he goes, no, Zeke, like this. So, I see you've returned, and what have you learned?
Oh my god.
I was just like, okay, fiddling along.
He's just gonna take a big sigh and kind of clench and unclench and be like, well, there was a ghost, and it was a very ungrateful host, and I think it went after Val, but I couldn't really tell.
Well, she's...
Well, I'm really trying to speak, but my rhyming's very weak, and every time I don't, it hurts, and it's just not. I can't keep speaking in verse. If anyone would like to help, I'd be very grateful. I mean, if you don't, I won't be hateful.
Not really sure how to help.
This seems like a new development. Is it possible that she's been cursed by something along this trip?
Well, if she were cursed, I'm sure it could be reversed, but it seems, based on what she said, like it's sort of in her head. See, she casts magical spells, and sometimes her magic tells her to do strange things after she uses those swings.
Mm.
Well, aside from that, it seems like you managed to find His Holiness and his other the soft lackeys.
Yes, but their magic is gone.
Ooh, that makes them even more unhelpful than I might have imagined. That is concerning.
Indeed, makes things a hell of a lot more difficult.
Sonia, did you well now, did you want to have a discussion with your clerical friend here for a moment? I think there may have been a few things you wanted to settle on or try and get set right in your head before, you know.
We were able to help out the city quite a bit back at that bridge over there. Managed to, I think, keep the fire from spreading and damaging any more buildings.
Well, you know, I saw all those flames and I wanted to help out, but
No, I
to
think
be honest,
you did.
I
think
just
you did enough.
you know, the situation was a bit overwhelming, and I got kind of distracted. I wanted
Don't worry about it, Abe. You and Fire, you know how it is. But
Do I believe
think,
him?
Believe.
Abe, he got overwhelmed with the fire.
You can make an insight check.
Going to do
First
that.
roll, first roll, first roll.
First roll.
what do I need to
okay.
roll for this?
If you were indeed overwhelmed, then it would be persuasion. If you were not, then deception. Actually, you're passive. Either one is fine. Then in the case, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, so 5 total.
In
what's
this,
your-
Oof,
Or 6
Right.
total.
in this situation, with everything going on, and Abe's focus kind of jumping around a little bit, it's hard for you to really read.
Should we just figure out like a passive deception stat for the brothers?
Just so when I'm constantly lying, people have an idea of how good it is.
Anyways. Where was I? Oh yeah. But yeah, we were able to work with the Burgermeister here. Really, I think we risked a lot, but you know, as long as there's enough shelter left for everyone to get in out of the cold, I guess other problems will have to wait for the morning. I frankly can tell you, and I like put my feet up on the table with like the snow like starting to like thaw off the toe of the shoe, right, and kind of drip, and just be like, frankly, I'm quite tired and feel like I'm done for the day. When it comes to doing anything that involves moving my ass, frankly, anyway. So I think I'm going to probably stay right here and take whatever food people give me for my contribution to saving the town.
Yep.
Should we not talk about the statue or how they tried to catch you? I'm gonna look at Val.
That was quite strange.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't ideal. I was, honestly, I'm not sure what they wanted.
Well,
You ever? Oh, sorry.
No, by all means, no,
Please.
Okay.
Please no.
Well, have you ever seen any creatures like that before?
Yeah, once.
So
Care to tell us more?
you were confronted by what you suspect was attacking the town, maybe starting these fires?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a flamey smoke thing, monster. Ah.
Smoke and fire.
Yeah.
Can I 5-check Val, see how uncomfortable she is right now?
Yeah. Go make an
Can I
insight
roll
check.
to vibe check?
Well, now, Marlow had said that it was a ghost. Is that strictly correct, ma'am, or is there something else going on here?
I mean, I don't know if it's a ghost. I don't think it's something that's dead that was risen again. I think it's some kind of... honestly, I don't know what it is.
This
More
might
of a shade that somebody might have made?
Yeah, I guess.
Where is Val sitting close to where I am?
Yeah, I'm sitting at the table.
Can I lean over in close to Val and sort of like gesture her down toward me? Now, did you perhaps make a deal? Because if you did, you can tell me.
No, I didn't make a deal. I would never.
You're sure you never made any sort of regrettable agreement? Perhaps receive something that you wanted from...
No. The only thing I
Smoke
got
and
from this
flame.
thing was a nasty scar that won't go away.
Right, yeah, no.
Nova
I'll just-
is... Sorry, go ahead.
Lean back. No, that was it. I was just awkwardly leaning back.
After this, like, situation, Nova just... I only rolled a 10, but it's really just to be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how uncomfortable does Val look? And I, like, motion to the bar about, like, drinks, and I just, like, look at the bar, and I look at you, and I go...
I mean, she looks unsettled.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put my hands up, get up, and I'm gonna go grab some beers.
Get some
I don't
drinks,
wanna-
and that's how you'll get
Yeah.
the truth. It's the truth
Good
juice.
stuff.
So, I know you guys, and I know Zeke, you were just talking about you don't really want to do much of anything else, but I'm kind of really worried about these guys who could just light an entire town on fire and then leave.
Oh, that's to be sure. They are, right as we speak, gaining ground and eluding our
Well, so
grasp.
I don't think I got to tell anybody this yet, but the really old priest, the old one, Marlow, you know, Yohas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before he kind of passed out, he told me that Pelor gave him a little bit of sight and he kind of knows where they are. And I really think that's kind of an important thing to kind of follow. I know you want to sit on your
Well,
butt.
Ain't that interesting, that?
Zeke, I
We
will
have-
remind you, we have not completed our task in this town.
Oh, yeah, no, I know,
Before you go
but
chasing
like,
some damn
but
fool
like-
idea.
I start passing
but
out
like
the
the,
beers.
the
to everyone.
things that light this city on fire have frankly pissed me off, and I kind of want to do something about it. Now I understand that's dumb as hell, but like, it's where we're from. Let's maybe lean into it a little bit and get some revenge. Wouldn't you say?
I know I don't want
Take
this
the
to
beer.
happen again. A lot of people are dead outside right now, and that's gonna be hard for everyone that stayed
Yeah.
alive.
Well,
Not to
considering
mention.
how much I've been injured today, I think I would make faster progress in the morning. So maybe we just figure out which direction we thought they would, and have a nice little chat, put all of our ideas together. I don't know about you, Marlow. You seem to be struggling a bit, but like, please, whenever you want
He
to
just
speak
doesn't
up, by
want
all
my-
means.
Goddamn beer.
I'll take one.
I'll
I-
take one.
Passed one to everybody, including
Mhm.
Marlow, and she won't take my beer.
How
I'll
many do
take
you?
it. And I'll just lay it in front of me and leave it untouched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I look
Xyriel's
at
doing the same thing.
I look at
That's cool.
I kind of lean back and I take my beer and I take a swig of it and I kind of like am riffing off of Zeke's frustrations. I'm like, yeah, these bastards really fucked me over.
Abe is gonna just down as much of his beer at once as he can.
All right.
And I'm just
I'll
gonna say, are
Yeah,
we,
that's fine.
are we sure that this is in our weight class? Because, to be honest, some people around here might have lost enough
If
trying to deal with this.
and hear me out, Abe. If this was something that benefited people we don't like, and we were to able without maybe making it obvious, especially since poor Vinny seems to have run into some trouble. If we were to make some moves that would make them things that work out for that person, that would maybe make them easier to deal with later on. I'm just saying, I don't know. Point is, oh yeah, Val, by all means, please.
Well, I don't have an option. I have to go after these people.
See, now that's decisive. I like that. How y'all feel?
I mean, I want to as well. And like, if you think it's out of our weight class, we have friends. I mean, Marlow and me, we I know it's kind of more along the lines of monsters and stuff, but I'm sure if we made the incentive high enough that the league would go out and help, maybe. I don't know.
Would they at least fund you two to maybe have some travel expenses to go along the way?
I don't know. I mean, if someone posted a job about it and we took it, yeah.
If I were to say post a job for a stupidly small amount of coin, and you were to accept it, would that allow you to go on this?
Gonna take out my bag of coin and put it on the table, and it is relatively hefty.
I mean, strictly speaking, if one were to say to post a quest, as my brother here was saying, that was an official guild quest so that they had to fund you to complete it, under the stipulation that we would, of course, allow the guild to receive a portion of any proceeds that came from the end of the quest.
I mean, the guild doesn't control what we do. We could just go with you.
I was talking more along the lines of getting friends to come with.
I was just wanting some resources, maybe not to be so hungry while we're out and about.
That makes sense.
And to be clear, I am
none-
still against this. I'd like that
money
registered.
still.
You just seem to have convinced Zeke, and I go where he goes.
I mean,
I'm going
sure we
regardless.
could stock up on supplies and stuff before we leave. Obviously not here in Orncast. I don't think we should take anything from these people.
How expensive are Nova's clothes?
He's trying to suss out how much Nova is.
Take big money in front of your face.
Nina, we
Yeah,
can't hear
Marlow-
you. Nina, you're
We
muted.
can't hear you, Nina.
Jesus Christ.
I've been saying so many
Somebody
things.
just sent
Oh, no,
elements to
no.
level up the
You gotta
party.
make sure your little thing's not red.
Okay, I'm flirting.
Yeah.
First off, excuse you. And I take a big swig of my beer without breaking eye contact. Second off, I motion to the big stack of coin that Marlow has just put in.
How much coin does that look like?
Looks like probably several hundred, is my guess.
Okay.
And if that's not enough for you, I'll pay you more.
Oh, you're offering to pay now.
You guys
No.
sitting here talking about my freaking clothes, and I start muttering.
Abe is gonna reach into his suit jacket and pull out 3 silver and drop it on the pile.
It's at this point that Sonia finishes. It looks like she's finishing talking and making rounds and talking to almost like in this time probably everyone in the tavern, getting like from what you've been able to hear, just like a passive understanding of like, is everything okay? You know, like how's your things? What's the damages on your side? and there's been some past, extended blessings that have been kind of turned out before you all see her gesture over to you, and just kind of puts up a finger and says, waves at the bard. Excuse me. I am happy that everyone here is here, and that you've all been able to stay safe in this trying night, and I am appreciative of everyone, and it kind of eyes over at your table, who is willing to help and aid in this is not her accent, was willing to help and aid in this terrifying situation. I know that what's outside right now is just a strange event and strange happening of a few different things, and I just want to assure you all that it is under control, and even though there's now snow, now we can handle snow. We know snow. We'll take out the aurochs, we'll take out the methods, and we'll make sure it's all cleaned up. I will open tomorrow with a log of everything that's been damaged in the city, and we will try to make repercussions where we see available. I would like to extend a thanks in particular to a distinguished group in the corner, without naming any names. Were able to help us through this time, and hopefully we'll accept our thanks as much as we can give. And you see as she kind of points over towards a couple of people, I'm sorry for your loss, Jen. We will be having a day of remembrance. Points over toward, or kind of glances over towards another, what looks like younger family. And there will be reconciliation. We will seek justice for whoever did this. I've already notified, to the best of my abilities, to Aldenair for aided support in this measure. And I've talked with Johas and Javal, and we're gonna make it. It's gonna be hard, but we made it through worse. So, take this night to each other, get some good food, and we'll figure it all out tomorrow. Then she waves for the bard to continue to play and picks back
Real
up.
quick, as she's finishing saying everything she's saying and she's gesturing to the bar, I'd like to have Abe stand up sort of dramatically and hold the beer mug high and say, to Burgomaster Sonia Zarethel for, and I'm just gonna look down towards Zeke like, help.
for standing strong when all is scared.
I'm gonna hastily pour some of my beer that I haven't drank in his empty mug just so he can actually cheers.
You
Kind of just be
hear
like,
a loud, a boisterous voice as you see an ogre stand up and on the other side that you had seen before as the butcher kind of sits up and says, for Sonia. And then one after another, continuously, for Sonia, thank you. And there's a cheer and a jeer of Sonia, and you see as she starts to is unable to really keep it together and kind of
Ooh.
shakes her head and walks off stage, and then the bar kind of picks up again.
After the toast, Val's gonna drain her drink and then look over at Marlow and just kind of switch mugs with Marlow.
Nova definitely notices, but she's not going to say anything.
The switch mugs with Marlow casually.
Is Xyriel still not drinking anything?
He's just sitting there holding his mug.
Zeke's gonna
Try
like
to do something nice.
lean over and be like, you not thirsty? Like real quiet.
It's not really my cup of tea.
Oh,
Just
Bobby.
switches the.
Thanks.
Val didn't even fucking ask. What an asshole.
Nova is actually going to glance over her shoulder and see if Holly is around.
You saw she's very easy to make out in the crowd. She is currently has some kind of like is sitting at a table with a couple of other individuals that she's not currently talking to, and kind of sitting towards the corner a little bit, and has the weird piece of gold that she's currently unlatching and setting down onto the table.
I'm going to turn back to the group and be like, if you guys don't mind, I will be right back.
Yeah.
And I just shut myself up and walk my way over to Holly.
Val's just gonna kind of go meh as she walks away as a silent thanks for the beer.
Yeah.
The Sonia and Johas and Javal passed you with like a smile and nod before joining at the table with the rest of the group. And as you approach this Eladrin, you can see with very short, kind of spiked up hair, white hair. You can see at the tips of each of the kind of spikes that comes up is this very light kind of winter dude flower
Frosted tips, yo.
that sprouts every now and then. Do not give Holly frosted tips. She is
She
frosted.
got frosted tips, yo.
No, why?
In the most literal sense.
Yes.
She do have frosted
So-
tips. Why is this true?
So what I'm hearing is our only non-white-haired character is directly affiliated with a white-haired character.
Perhaps. And has kind of like a I'd say like a Padawan braid, almost kind of hanging off to the side, with
Does it
a
also
couple
have a
of.
frosted tip?
It has. It looks like it's got hollies, holly flowers that are kind of sprouted out from it.
Makes sense.
And is currently takes out like a small box that's like of strange origin and starts to look like she's tinkering.
I am going to approach from her right side. Is there a seat available, or is it like she's in a corner?
There's a seat available, like kind of
Okay.
corner to her.
Okay. Before I sit, I'm actually going to lean up against the table, and I'm going to wait until she looks up. I'm going to say, your name's Holly, correct?
And now you see as she looks up, like very strong cheekbones and jawline, and puts down the bits, and now that it's kind of like there's a little bit more movement here, takes off the remaining half of her jacket and says, "Yes, I am Holly. May I help you?"
Errata sent me. I'm Nova, and I extend my hand out.
Oh, Monsieur Ratis, yes, I came within consult with him some time back. It is nice to meet you.
Is this woman like? What does she look like other than the hair? Like, is she like
She's small, right?
approximately like less than like 50? Like,
She looks like her face. I think that I try to describe is more like who's Mrs. Swan from Pirates of the Caribbean? Emma.
cool,
No.
got it. Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Keira
Elizabeth.
Knightley.
Keira
Yes.
Got
Knightley.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So Zeke's gonna stand up and just be like, "The name's Zeke."
Oh fucking hell.
He's not
I'm
near
gonna
us,
look-
Zeke. They're at a different table.
They're on the
Oh,
other side of
goddamn.
the. Of
But
the
if you
tavern.
approach,
she
I will
walked away.
shoot you with dagger eyes.
Okay, I
Just a
get up
heads
and
up.
start to walk over,
Dagger Eyes is the name of the crossbow.
Dagger
and seeing Dagger Eyes, right? I'm going to walk past the table to the bar, right?
Okay.
Oh, look at you, other
Uh,
thing.
Okay. Good
And
read.
get a couple and get 3 drinks, right? Like smaller, maybe like fruitier things. And then as I'm walking back to my table, leave 2 of them, one in front of each of them, and sort of like do like a little like wink as I head back. To sit down again.
I
Okay.
take a look at Holly
While
and I move the
he-
drink away from the table.
While he
Oh my
is kind of passing by to go get the drinks, she says, "I believe Monsieur Ratis is working for a new potion here recently. His work we've studied at the lab. I assume, forgive me, I assume you are a member of Vice Corps, yes?"
Yes, I am. And I start to get a little bit more excited because I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone about Vice Corps in so long.
Well,
So long.
perhaps do you maybe speak a different dialect that we could keep it between us, huh?
Ooh.
Yeah. I start 0110101. Do
I
you
see.
speak
Yes,
binary?
010011001, and you just hear back and forth.
What the fuck?
How fucking dare you?
Imagine how long it's going to take to say one sentence.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
they
a
don't
lot.
have to be using hexa. Actually, they might have
At the
to use
point
Yeah,
right
that's
It's
now.
a
fine.
cryptic version
It's a-
where
it's-
it's like a
it's different.
shorthand binary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be like
It's like
inflection.
the
There's
I'm
inflection.
assuming-
illegal.
I'm assuming you're not
exactly.
just dropping ASCII characters one by one.
Yes.
So at this point, you
Iconic.
kind of you hear that she tells you in binary. I am actually here on a shorter mission from my branch for mammography purposes. The soil here is and then now is when the drinks come over and you see Zeke hand. Is this and she switches over to she stays in binary actually. She says, is this a friend? And Zeke, you hear 0100101.
00100. This is, and I say, this is Zeke. Pay no attention. He's just being Zeke. And I look at him with dagger eyes, and I like, go, please, like now.
Yeah. Smile, like a bit of a wink at Holly. Back to my chair.
She
And now I move my drink.
yeah, she takes it, she like nods over at you, and then like as you kind of walk away, she like puts it away from her and goes back and says, I no offense to him, I just not the kind for mixed drinks. I'm more of a hard liquor kind of person.
He's wonderful. He is thoughtful. Don't take the drinks.
Nice. Anyways,
Val is
You,
just laughing her ass off.
you are here to what brings you around Orncast? Are you looking to seek out more mammography tactics?
Yes, actually, Errata sent me here because I'm looking for the other labs, and I was hoping to get an opportunity to come up here and see the work that you guys are doing. I dig through my little satchel with everything and like a whole bunch of vials of acid that I'm also trying to like not break open until I
you
find
have like
the
24
one.
of those.
I've got like so many.
So
I
I gave you
appreciate
half.
you are a wayfarer, yes? Someone who seeks to go to each of the labs.
Yes, I
Which ones have you been to?
really only the pyrology and alchemy labs. I've heard of many, but I
I have
and
only
she
heard
gets really
stories of the
quiet.
pyrology labs.
Oh, it's the
Here it
time.
gets spicy.
Very spicy.
Um,
But I pull out, while we're talking at the same time, I pull out the little vial of soil. Now, I don't know if this still contains the duplicity properties. My intent was to be present while we studied. But, and I hand it to Holly, I understand that there may be better circumstances where the soil can be used. I would very much appreciate if you tell me what you derive from it in the future.
and she like takes back your hand and kind of like curls the soil back in and says, I appreciate it. Our lab recently has had plenty of soil. We have gotten rates of certifications from the northern areas of the Yord book in order to study it. Please keep it for yourself. There are many properties that within it. It can even duplicate itself. It's the perfect sample. We love to work with it. However, I'm not sure if you've gotten the word from Iratis yet.
No, what do you mean?
There's a direct top-down inclusion for us to return for our primary laboratory.
The Vice Corps lab?
Yes, everyone is issued to go directly back to their primary laboratory. I'm on my way right now in the morning to head back to the primary lab.
Okay.
Which, of course, I appreciate you sharing. Do you have your badge to?
And I dig through my bag again and I pull out my Vice Corps insignia with my little lab notebook.
She, you see as she kind of clamps her hand back down onto the table and it wraps and it makes this very nice, almost looks like a flush glove, like a silken glove that's just like strewn with this elven kind of like filigree that kind of lights and like the circuits kind of all static. She points her pinky to her temple and pulls it out. You see a little wisp, and she puts it into a vial and says, "It's not far. It's the mammography lab. It is. We are very friendly and love to hear about others' research. We have done dealings with Monsieur Ratis in the past, but excuse me, it is limited because his work is so intensive. We move very fast. It's a mammography, but you are welcome to come over. I have I'm second in command over there, and so invitations for wayfarers is an asset to the Vice Corps' mission."
Thank you. And I hold it up, but I actually obfuscate it because I'm looking around to make sure no one saw what just happened. And I tuck it into my pocket. I will be visiting, and I will be following up soon. I don't know when. I want it to be right now, but
It is. She, like, holds, like, or, like, kind of, like, rests her hand on your arm and says,
Sorry, don't touch me, please.
apologies. It is best, it is best for us to return to the primary lab. I was not told much, but there's a branch-wide mission. It's the first one we've had in before I was a member.
Okay. And I put my hands on the table and I get up. I hold my hand out for a handshake and I say, thank you. I hope we meet again soon.
As do I. And shakes.
Cool apparatus, by the way. And she
You
gets
too.
all like blushed, like super blushed, embarrassed that she said that, and like starts telling like, why the fuck did you just say that? Like that was so stupid. And like walking back to the table, and she sits down and she starts drinking. Oh, and she turns around, picks up those 2 glasses and gives them to to Zeke. And
Binarian
No,
is a
how
very
could you?
efficient language. You can fit a whole book on a napkin.
a whole, just super fast, just condense it down.
And sitting there kind of like, well, just, how could
Zeke.
you do that to me? At least leave them on the table.
I appreciate it. Any other person, not the
I don't-
time.
I don't know. I feel like it's always, you know what? Sometimes it's best not to ask questions. You know, if you're gonna reject some kindness, that's understandable. It's fun.
I take out a coin and I give a coin to him for the drink, so he at least doesn't lose the coin.
Val looks over to you and she's like, was this the person you were looking for?
Holly, yes. I'm sorry. I snapped at you before. I shouldn't have.
Oh, it takes a lot more than that to hurt my feelings.
Fair, but don't lose my temper that quickly. And I did.
Well, apology accepted. You did buy drinks after all.
Clink. Sorry, Abe, go ahead.
Yeah, hey,
No, that's fine. I wanted to say something while she was gone, specifically while she was gone and while Abe was getting drinks, and Val was watching Abe get drink or Zeke get drinks. I mean,
yeah.
which is I wanted to lean forward and I wanted to say, now, and I sort of set my book on the table in front of me and I fold both of my hands on top of it. Marlow and Xyriel, do you strictly take contracts from the guild, or are you able to do sort of freelance work?
If you want, it's just, it tends to be better through the guild because
If not through the guild, we will not take a contract. That is a fact.
Well, that is rather inconvenient. See, I was just gonna suggest, and I sort of look to see that everyone's mostly not paying attention to me. Tomorrow morning, it'll probably be fine, but something might come up, and if you wanted to just like be nearby, I can't pay you anything. I can't tell you what it is. People might get into combat, but I'm trying to protect Sonya from something.
Yeah, you know you've got me at your side if you're trying to help somebody.
I mean, it might be fine. It might be nothing. It's just, you know, if you had a little bit of time. How many hours do I have from now until the 12 hours is up?
right now you've got 10.
Okay. So what time is it ish?
It's probably about 9 o'clock now.
Okay, so if it's 9 o'clock, you know, tomorrow morning about like exactly 7 a.m. if you had some time.
Yeah, I'll be up already by then. I don't mind.
You
Cool.
already offered me aid, so my help for you, the deal's already made.
glad to hear it. Just, yeah, no, good. See you then. Open minds. And I assume it's at about that time that Zeke would be getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zeke gets back, and shortly thereafter,
I'm
Sonia.
also writing on a paper this whole time, looking like I'm going through drafts of something. If that's relevant for later.
All right.
Val is going to get another drink.
Oh my god.
He'll actually slide you if you start to stand up. He will slide you the 2 undesired drinks.
She'll take
from earlier.
both of them.
All right.
She's-
It'll be kind of just like, cheers.
Oh, that one looked good. Val, do you need a constitution throw for this one?
Probably. She literally clinks both of them at the same time.
What's your score?
My con modifier is a 15. I mean, my con score is a 15.
You're good right now.
Okay.
Fire.
I con modifier.
Modifier.
15.
13.
No, so
I have an
she's
85
just gonna,
con.
yeah, she's like clink, clink, motherfucker, and then she...
You're 35.
You know that guy on TikTok that like can make his neck look fucking huge. I imagine that's just what the massive constitution is when he just flexes.
Nova, as you return, that's when like everyone now back at the table, and Sonia and Johas and Javal kind of settle at the table with you all, or come into the tables and you hear Sonia say, "So it's all right if we cop a squat right here."
Oh, yeah, no, and I'll just sort of scoot over to make room as best I can.
All right, and they all kind of like funnel in, and you see Javal with a very large tankard, and just kind of like exhausted looking, and Johas looks like he wants to say something but just doesn't.
Can I look to the priests? I want to look to Johas.
Mhm.
He's the head
Older-
priest.
older one,
Johan.
yeah.
Johan is the head priest. And I just want to be like, so, have you seen any of those shadow fucks before?
Let me roll with the thing. Did he roll last time? No.
I think we asked. I
Javal.
can't remember what we asked him.
Javal rolled to see.
Oh, okay.
Assuming that I assume now Sonia and Johan have talked, I'm just gonna sort of push up my glasses and glance over and try and figure out if Johan hates me.
Johas.
It is. I don't know if I said Johan before, but it's Johas.
Oh.
He wants
My
to
bad.
beat Johan.
Dang it. Let me just change my notes. There we go.
So, do you wait? Hold on. Do you say to Johas, do you know what that shadowy thing is?
I literally said, did you know what that shadowy fuck was? But yes.
Okay. He says, I'm sorry, I confused. What shadow do you speak of?
In the courtyard, it was like a shade, like a ghosty thing, and it was like made of shadow, and it was hot, and it was like, ooh, and then it was like, I'm gonna poke you with my death finger, and then it tried to curse me or something, and then it like evaporated into a pool of blood.
From that, now he will roll a religion check to see if he understands what you're trying to imply. I'm sorry, I did not catch the, get to see this creature that you're talking about, but I
The way you say a creature turns into blood, it sounds like blood magic, of course. But I'm not sure.
Who uses blood magic? Like, what's that all about? Like cult shit?
Most likely, I would say.
Demons too.
Demons?
Yes. I have not seen. Blood magic usually takes its form with imposing either great harm or control over an individual, but the creation of a creature, it's much more powerful, if I had to guess.
Sometimes it does good things too.
I have a feeling that this one wasn't here to, throw a birthday party. Abe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Agree with Abe. I don't think we can inherently call an entire sect of magic evil. Just who uses them and how.
Of course, I commonly use necromancy in my in the practices of the Winter's Solstice Festival, but it is what you do with it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the entire school of magic right now, Xyriel. We're literally talking about this one shadowy fuck that has made it their life's goal to fuck me over, okay? And you're just gonna go and continue chatting.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Elijah. Sorry, what did you say?
We're gonna decant that one
Oh
later.
God, music. Yeah.
He gestures over to the rest of them rest of you across the table.
I want to thank you for all of your assistance. Today I need to ask if there's anything we can do in return. As of now, it is, I'm afraid we are limited, but,
You can see he's kind of like at a loss of words of like what he needs to do as a like as the high cleric almost, and
At this point,
Fumbles.
Zeke would come in and like, kind of like almost afraid his hand is gonna like light on fire if he does it. Just like pat the guy on the back a little bit.
But does his hand light on fire?
Yeah. Just instantly start to disintegrate. But pat him on the back, and then sit down and be like, "Don't worry, Father. I'm sure that I don't think anyone really knows what to do. But if anyone here might have the wisdom and experience to have the best of those bad ideas, it'd probably be you."
I appreciate your words of confidence. Usually I have the power to do it, but seems I'm without that for now. Just for now.
I like, and when he mentions like that he doesn't have power and doesn't know how to get it, I like glare at Zeke a little bit, or sorry, Abe a little bit.
Glares at self. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah.
I whip out a mirror. No.
Javal takes a big swig of out of the cask and says, "If we are to make anything of this town, we have to have that shard back somehow. Perhaps we can make a request at the Phoenix League. I'm not sure if they deal with that, but without sugarcoating anything, without that stone, the city
may not be able to survive itself. Our entire history and economy is based on the fact that we can grow things, and now it seems, hopefully, maybe we can grow things in the garden. Maybe there's some residual matter, but we cannot replace the entirety of the Yordbrook or the Blome.
So you turn everything that was once a flower into something that makes food, and in the meantime, we'll see how many people we can send south, and if we can get the crystal back, that would seem like it'd be pretty useful to you. Or rock, is it shiny? I assume that powerful rocks are generally shiny.
Nova jumps in. It's the shard, and she continues drinking.
It's like a statue, as I understood it. The statue is the shard. The shard is the statue.
They are one and the same. This shard, whoever this was, came in to take, was vital in providing the power of Pelor, and just as every shard is,
Well, now, not to suggest anything that would be strictly heretical, but it doesn't matter which shard that Pelor uses, or can we just go get some other one, and then that's gonna be just as good for him to squeeze his magic juice through, so that everyone can do whatever they need to.
It needs to be that one. It is every deity has their own shard or number of shards that might be distributed. The only other shards that exist to Pelor within Varine are the one in Aldenair and the one in Varenheim, at their grand temples there, but none so big as the one here. Or powerful, for that matter.
I just go back to taking notes in my book.
I will be putting a notion or request in to Master Fronar for assistance, and of course he will aid in this endeavor. He's the current champion and High Cleric of Pelor, more so than Johas here, and he is motions over towards Val. Actually, the most accomplished healer, more so than us. I am confused as to why those from Zafar sent you as far as they did here before sending you to them.
And where's this priest guy?
He is a member of the Hand of the King in Aldenair. He's the High Cleric.
What? Wasn't I just there?
You did pass through Aldenair for several days.
Fine. Somebody fucked me over. Alright. Val's just... I'm gonna see how Val takes that one. Hold up.
I'm gonna get
Zeke
Val
is
another
fully
drink.
distracted again, working on his
She's
paper,
visibly,
where he's
you
writing
just watch
something.
her face go... She doesn't say anything, her just face goes...
I'm just gonna speak up and go. He's a very hard man to meet, so it won't be easy if it's his presence you seek.
We will write a letter to make sure that everything is at least handled smoothly, to be able to seek counsel with him. That's the least we can do, if you're willing to bring it to him.
I'm willing to do anything at this point. I've come this far.
Father, since I helped save your town and all, and maybe volunteer in some significant amount of time in order to perhaps finding this shard, or at least giving it a look-see onto where I think it might have gone. Would I be able to ask a favor of you?
Are you talking to Javal or Johas?
Who's the actual guy in charge?
They're the higher ranking is Johas, the older brother.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, which one of you feels like you're least likely to perish before Sonia does, or more likely to survive Sonia, or be able to keep something safe for me?
That was quite to the point.
They both look at you with concern, not answering.
Okay,
Just
I understand that this might be a bit alarming, and at this point, I'd like to send a message to Abe. I'll be like, can I borrow your wax seals and
You want the company seal or ours?
No, our seal, please.
Just reach in, pull out a set of, like,
Okay.
it's a literal little bits of ink and a candle and a seal.
So he takes the page, right, from this little place where it's, like, put together and tears it out. And it's like, would you like to see what you're keeping hold of for me before I seal it? Or would you mind if I just tied it all up for you and then just told you what I'd like done with it? Or perhaps maybe I'd want your opinion, actually. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this page, and at the top it just says in remembrance. And then do you want me to read it? Because I actually have something written here.
sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to probably the older brother just to look over.
Okay.
And it says in the top, like, in remembrance, and then it just says a couple short paragraphs, like a cool shining star watching over garden. Sonia, what was her last name?
Sonia
Ruining the page.
Xyriel.
Sonia Xyriel did not falter through the wind and cold, or the fire and heat. Her light shone bright, piercing the smoke and panic, guiding us on. And when the night grew darkest, she fell from the sky and gave warmth to all of us, that we might live to see another dawn. When the sun shines again, let us not forget the star that carried us through the night. The hole left in the sky may never be filled again, and Sonia's place in our hearts should not and cannot be forgotten. Now, let me explain. At some point, Sonia's going to expire, and based on her actions in the past, I'd say about 6 hours, I felt that something nice should be maybe said about her on my behalf at her funeral.
What are they talking about?
And if you could maybe get this
I'm just
engraved on
gonna-
some sort of monument or something, I feel like you'd be the right
Can I
person
just
to
strike Zeke?
to execute this.
Can we like see this and
We're all
hear
sitting
this?
at
Y'all
the
all hear
table.
this at the
Yeah,
table.
All
like,
at the table.
yeah,
Val is just
Javal
like leaned
and
over,
Johas
sipping her drink and just staring at the tiefling boys.
look at you two and then look at Sonia, and Javal says, Sonia, what are they talking about?
I'm gonna just give Sonia just a.
It's something I do professionally is write things, and I know that it's a little bit morbid considering how long it's probably to be till Sonia passes away. But when someone leaves an impression on me, this is the best way that I can express it.
Can I roll insight?
Can we all?
I did not read. Now, to be clear, did anyone read this aloud?
Did anyone
This
read
letter.
the letter
Yeah,
out loud?
The letter aloud. Yeah.
I don't think so.
He
I'm just waiting
no,
to
he
hear.
he didn't read the letter aloud. But you said like, in order to remember, or is that like
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on the letter?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said she was going
No,
to
he's-
expire.
He
did.
said he actually said the part about just keep this for after she dies to remember
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I rolled
And so
18 insight.
okay.
Hold
Is
on.
this passive or?
I rolled a 19
if you're trying
insight.
if you're trying to peer into like what it is that they're meaning, then
Is it
yeah,
passive or no?
it'll
Okay.
you'll roll for insight.
Okay.
19.
20.
Is there any way I can assist with this
Math.
check?
22.
On which side?
I think on Zeke's side at this point.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Mine's only 12.
Depends on how you
Just by
roll.
interjecting that. Now,
I was
now
looking
Zeke,
at
you can't be.
And then added.
Now, Zeke, you can't be trying to drum up business for a legal will writing business or anything like that while we're at the table here. That'd be
And I'd like
terribly
to take
unkind.
this, and I'll kind of like take the letter back and like fold it in thirds, and take out the wax and like heat it up and drip it on and seal it. Right? I'll just be like, see, this is red. Whenever it's appropriate. And if there are any costs required to get that engraved on something, you just send the bill to me.
So I'll say, Val, Marlow, and Xyriel, you're all able to not just peer from Zeke and from like the brother, the Johas and Javal, but also from Sonia's face that there is like kind of like a worry and like an anxiety to her that she's like done something.
We
But-
all get that who roll high enough?
Yeah.
So, unlike when I do it with Zeke, I'm gonna have to actually make an effort to send this sending, but I'm gonna sending, or is it message? It's the low level one.
Message.
A
Message.
is
Level.
the low.
Message.
Is the
Yeah.
Message is the cantrip.
Yeah, so I'm gonna message Sonia, and I'm just gonna say, just breathe. It'll all be all right.
Hear him say this because we're sitting at the table with him.
Well, it's
So
a
message,
Oh, it's
message,
right?
message,
Not telepathic.
message is telepathic between you and Zeke. But it is you speak
Message
it out
you have to whisper.
into
Oh.
other people.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
going
shit, that's right.
to speak out in abyssal real fast.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, so I don't say that then, because I
Right,
thought
right.
that I could do it silently.
Right. So you don't say that. It's just, but you all see like that there is a worry on Sonia's face, and Javal is pressing Sonia to elaborate.
Again, I'm gonna speak out in abyssal, and I'll take the fucking damage, because what the hell? And I'm gonna say, Abe, what have you done?
Does Abe speak abyssal?
Yes.
Okay.
He's spoken it before.
Okay.
Going to get another drink.
I'll say that the words rhymed in abyssal.
Merciful DM.
No, 'cause now
Um,
she has a loophole. She just speaks in other languages.
Shoot.
Sonia looks over you, Abe, and says, "Damn it, I'm tired of doing this. What can I say? Am I allowed to say anything, or is it written somewhere that I can't?"
Val just crosses her arms.
I'm gonna just sort of adjust my shades
I'll
slightly.
be like,
No,
well, now,
Sonia, be as honest as
God.
you want. Go on.
Oh, damn it. I was just trying to do something nice here and see about something that I thought I was
Zeke,
particularly...
this is what happens when you can't maintain a moment of decorum because you always gotta be some son of a piece of shit always getting me in
Sonia,
trouble.
are
I
you
come up
okay?
with these great plans, and then
Sonia
he just
like gestures to you all, and like you see like this anxiety is kind of like just coming out of her. She says, "Do not harm or speak ill will of these brothers right here. They have done an enormous thing for this city, and were the reason that we were able to get rid of all those fires and save those lives."
I'm gonna look over towards Sonia, and I'm just gonna very calmly say, you know, I think it's been a very stressful and long day, and that we've all had to give a lot of ourselves to try and get this town safe like it is, and that is, after all, what it is tonight. Safe. It'll be all right, I think. You can do whatever you want. Just, we got that meeting in the morning.
I am now back with my beer, and I pass one to Val.
Vala's gonna drink it because she's probably already finished the one she had.
Does Nova have a beer for herself?
I do.
Zeke's gonna just please.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. Yeah.
If Val
Yeah.
sees Zeke take her beer, Val's gonna share with Nova if Nova wants to share.
Thanks.
Just like
She doesn't.
there's the slightest.
I don't.
There's,
'cause
like-
germs, but
I mean,
Like-
she's still got empty ones, so she's gonna
Okay,
take one of her
cool.
empty ones and she's gonna pour it in, keep the one that she's drank out of already, and then give the other one back to Nova.
Sweet.
Yeah,
this is one of those moments. I need to
Visibly, Zeke would still have his he's leaning back, right? But he doesn't move quite as much, and you can see one hand is kind of a little just as he goes for the whole beer.
In Infernal, Val's gonna look at Zeke and go, "What the fuck, dude?"
Oh, it's been I'll answer back in Infernal. Basically something that sounds like fucking day longer than a centipede up your ass is basically what he'll say in Infernal.
I also understand Infernal, so I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Cool.
ask-
Lots of stuff.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
it's-
respond. I'm gonna respond to Marlow in Abyssal,
Fuck the abyssal. God.
and I'm just gonna say,
Tension.
and I'm gonna say, I did good work.
Javal, at this point, says out loud in Abyssal,
That's what you get, motherfuckers.
"What kind of work did you do?"
Is this about
devil's
the
work.
help you needed in the morning? Because I think we deserve a little warning.
Sonia's like,
All
I
in
don't
Abyssal.
appreciate y'all speaking different languages around me.
I was gonna say,
I
Xyriel's
can't-
just sitting here bouncing like, what?
Fathers,
Val's going to translate for Sonia real quick.
I gave a little bit of myself to make sure that this town stayed safe.
Which
If anyone
part?
wants to come make sure this turns out right, and you can show up in the town square along with myself tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You see Yohas reach over and drink some of Javal's drink.
And if it doesn't turn out right, I'd like that message read.
Val
Before anyone
swears
gets
in
to
Infernal.
assume anything.
I'm really confused.
I also translate for Xyriel. I translate for Xyriel real quick.
I'm no longer confused.
Now, we're gonna have this meeting in the morning.
Did you translate the curse word as well?
Uh,
And then I
yeah.
said.
I would appreciate if all of y'all were there, as I will admit that I am a bit scared. I am going to take the rest of the night to enjoy myself, though. Thank you all again for all that you've done.
I lift my glass, but I don't say anything.
Raise a glass to Freed.
Abe, I feel like Abe would sort of get up and sort of start to go for a hug for her, and then just back away and sit down and look away.
Javal will say in whisper in Abyssal to Abe and say,
There's... I need information about this, if you please. If I'm to have any ability to aid in whatever you've done.
I don't speak Abyssal, fuck.
Yeah.
I am still drinking. This is a lot to soak in.
It doesn't take much for me to see
I will respond.
that this
Oh,
is
sorry, go
why
ahead.
the snow is here. So, I appreciate that. I will not deny that, or deny you your quick thinking. You did save, from what we talked, at least from the tavern, dozens, if not hundreds of lives. So, I'm not... I wish there was a different way. And there could have been. But maybe not that fast. For now, just... please fill me in. She's worth it.
I will, shoot. He can't read it if it's still in the book. Can he?
Maybe?
Maybe?
I mean,
'Cause you
like,
wrote it.
it's technically, like, it's in Infernal, but you have it ciphered to your description.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I'll do. I'll open my book, and I'll look to him and say, do you read as well as you speak? And this is still in Abyssal.
Aye.
Does he
So I
know
will-
Infernal?
I will make a written version
Marlow.
of the contract very quick, just copied in the book from page to page of it in Abyssal, and opening the book. And I realize how awful it is to hand a clergyman this book, but I'm gonna open it and just slide it toward him, sort of like trying not to let people see inside.
I'm trying to get a look at that book.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Honey.
You've all seen the book
It's-
before.
Written in Abyssal, you said?
Yeah, you've all seen the book before. You've seen Abe toming over it, and before, whenever you looked at it, you were, whenever he was reading like previous things, you just kind of saw the words almost kind of just jumble and move around. Like whenever you look at it, it looks like the ink is kind of like got like this weird heat wave effect over it. But as you kind of write it out to the side, you all do see that it says like in Infernal, or does it say in Abyssal?
I think it would be in Abyssal, because I
Val
don't
doesn't
know if
read
he knows
Abyssal.
Infernal, and I'm not going to ask him.
Okay.
So it's in both right now.
so
One on each page.
It's written out, and you can read as it's written out. Make a perception check, Marlow. Just to be
Because
able
I
to-
am trying to sort of like let just him see it.
Okay, yeah.
19.
So 19.
My God.
I mean, Abe, you can see Marlow is trying to like look over.
Yeah.
So do you let her, or do you try to keep it? Marlow's like
Yeah.
Oh, I'm standing up and
Like
leaning
standing up.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did agree to help.
Giving Abe a worried look.
Yeah, as I pass it over, I'll look to her, and I'll just say, you agreed not to ask questions.
I did. That rhymes.
He reads it over and takes your book and like looks at the front and back of it. Finishes reading it and says, You've got some powerful entity you've contracted yourself to. To have a book that big. The other ones I've seen have been notebook size.
I'll take the book back, and as I slide it under my arm, I'll just say, takes a while to learn to read.
You all see like a on Javal's face is just kind of like a. Did you kind of like underline loopholes and stuff like that? Or
Yeah,
did you
yeah,
just-
they were very
okay.
much. I've circled in like probably they were circled almost in flame that like licked up.
He says, Javal says in common. He says, I see that you tried. I just, and gestures at you all. Says, he has tried. It's not something I'm used to in dealing with figures that carry such books. And I don't know if it's for your own benefit or not.
Is that an Abe laugh or a?
Oh, that's an Abe laugh.
Is
Yep.
that an Abe laugh?
I see that. Okay, maybe it is not in your own benefit, perhaps, but regardless, I appreciate the thought and the effort that you put into it.
Jesus Christ.
Reverend.
Yeah.
I'll sort of like nod my head slightly. Reverend, I appreciate your words, but tomorrow is when I'm gonna make the stand about it, so what I'd appreciate more is you just being there.
I will. Johas will need to batten down the hatches in case of any other unforeseen incursions.
Yeah, I don't reckon they're gonna be too happy.
Regardless, rest, all of you, and I will see you, whoever, in the morning.
I wouldn't miss it.
And
I look over at Val. Does she hate me?
Well,
at this point,
she's
I'd
giving
say
you a disappointed mom look.
okay. At this
She
point,
doesn't hate you.
I think Val does have the poison condition from just at least like a little bit.
Aren't I immune to poison?
Are you immune to
I'm
poison?
immune to disease. I'm immune to disease.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely intoxicated.
Javal kind of gets up and gestures and goes to talk to some other people, and you hear Johas be like,
You know, I hate it when you speak that language. It's so icky and gross.
Why are you speaking the devil's tongue? Well, if Val is drunk, you're getting like weird. You're just getting weird vibes.
and as the brothers leave and Sonia has already left the table and goes on about their time, you're all left with this new knowledge and wondering maybe how to deal with it. But you can see that eventually the night, people are starting to kind of drink a little bit more and like shuffle down in the tavern within this time that y'all been in here. But for there, we will take a break.
Cool.
And we will come back. Let's call it 9:20.
Cool.
Is when we'll be back. First, I wanna say
Hello.
I don't know if I could hear. Could y'all hear it? I couldn't hear it. Did
Hear
it?
what?
Did it play?
The transition
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no. Where's the button? I put the button on.
My God!
There it
Because thank you, Tabletop Santa, for the 10,000 bits. Holy shit.
Dude.
Wow.
So,
That's so insanely generous.
It's so good.
though not a facet of the stream, you'll be wonderfully surprised by the end of this episode, as the characters might be doing something with their character sheets. So stay tuned for that.
Sounds ominous.
Oh no.
Tearing them to
Surprise,
shreds.
it's a
We're gonna
TPK.
TPK.
Rocks fall, and I hand out new character sheets.
Well,
We go to
Done with
Shadowrun.
their shit.
We,
I'll get yeeted
Yeah.
into
All
the Shadowrun
rotate.
verse.
we all get eaten into the Shadowrun
Wizard
version.
shows up, casts banishment.
Hello. Merlin's like, oh shit, what did I do this time? Where did all these people come from?
Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m.
And
That's how we find out who the real knights are.
So we are jumping back in. The rest of you are left there.
Val
Abe,
is drunk.
Abe and Zeke across the table, kind of looking at each other. Val drunk, and the night continuing on. You notice that a couple of people are starting to motion their ways out of the tavern. But what do you do?
Sonia's still in the tavern?
Sonia's still in the tavern right now. She's having a few drinks.
She alone?
Talking to one person.
I'll just leave her be then.
Is
So-
there anyone who looks like lonely, or not in the party, just sort of hanging around?
Oh, Val was just about to talk to you too.
Oh, okay. He's not going yet. He's just still he's looking around.
Just vibing.
Cruising.
So Val is gonna lean forward on the table, a little bit sloppy, but still trying to
Yeah.
preserve her lofty air, but she's sloshed.
Yeah, and Zeke is he's at the tipsy point and a bit little bit shaky.
Abe is pretty much stone cold sober.
So, after this bullshit devil whatever fuckery y'all did, y'all helping or what?
Helping with what? If I and he coughs for it.
She literally pulls him in by his horn and looks in his ear and says, "Do you have something wrong with your ears?"
Oh, I got lots wrong with that
And
ear
she
now.
just
And he
shoves
kind
it
of
back.
yeah, when I get real close, I'm gonna put a hand on just on the forehead / face area, just kind of jet push away a little bit. Oh shit.
Do you not listen to a word that comes out of my mouth?
I try to only listen to the important parts. So why don't we start with those? I think.
Am I a joke to you?
No, but making you a joke helps things be more relaxed and less stressful at the moment. If you don't mind, I'm saying so myself.
So
But
stuff
we
only
be
matters to
watching.
you when it concerns you.
Are you? Is something wrong that you're trying to with you?
What does concern you, Val?
Oh, I feel like I'm screwing this up royally.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Zeke's shoulder, and I'm gonna sort of take my hand and literally just with a fist knock it against his one remaining horn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say, Val, I think you were asking if we were inclined to help with something, but for the life of me, I could not tell what it was you were asking about. There have been a few different events within the past 24 hours. which you could be referring to.
I know,
and then
but we were specifically discussing going after these shadowy cult fuckers earlier.
Oh, yeah, I did want to. I gotta say, I was right mighty keen to
And
go
did you just
after 'em.
forget about that?
No, I was thinking you might be talking about Sonya, or maybe something else, but you probably weren't. You were
Knock
I
on his
said
horn
after.
again.
I said after we deal with that devil fuckery that you guys, whatever, which is obviously the Sonya thing.
Oh yeah.
After
The Sonya
that.
things. Yeah, we'll take care of that, and we have the message ready to go in case things go wrong, and then hopefully they go right. And if things go real wrong, if they go right, then she doesn't die and everything's fine and we're all good to go. And if they go wrong, then I got a message for a grave and I'll go get a soul from down below with everybody.
I knock on his horn
Fuck
real
it.
hard.
I have a spell slot, right? Can I cast Gift of the I'll just cast Gift of the Gab and be like, and we'll make sure that her soul winds up where it ought to go, which is someplace nice. Yep. Do I need to make any sort of check to cast Gifts of the Gab when I'm intoxicated, or can I just do that?
You just cast Gift of Gab, yeah.
What
Cool,
does that
good,
do
yeah.
again?
Or you?
It makes it so
You-
I didn't
It just-
say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You
Damn, a
hear
second time now?
you hear like what you heard in the last 6 seconds is kind of dissipated from your mind, and you only remember what he says in the next. Like it's replaced with whatever he says next,
Oh.
and that happens to everyone in the 5 feet around him.
Are
So instead of saying I was gonna go get her soul from down below, I said I was gonna make sure her soul went someplace nice where it belongs.
And how do you have the authority to determine where souls go?
And at this point, I'm
Ezekiel?
just going to clap a hand on his shoulder and I'm going to say, we ask real nicely.
Yeah.
Who?
Well,
Oh,
we
you
ask.
know.
It depends on
Just
who I'm
around.
talking to, who I ask. I've said a lot today, and I've kind of lost track a little bit of what I was supposed to be keeping track of to what I
It's
was
hard
gonna
to
say.
keep track of lies, ain't it?
No, it's actually a bit hard to keep track of the truth. The lies are easy. The truth gets complicated, especially when it comes to motivations and agreements.
I'm
Speaking
sorry
of
for-
agreements, kind of sounds like you want to go on this trip, Z.
But yeah, so hear me out. We'll help out Sonya tomorrow, because if anyone in this damn town deserves help, it's gotta be her. Like, no questions asked. I wrote it down and everything. But after that, I'm real behind schedule. We're real behind, and I'd like to pull out. So the first time you'll probably have seen this, there's like a little it looks like a little stopwatch, right?
There's 2 buttons.
And it's definitely like a damned stopwatch. But it has a counter on it and 2 buttons. And it kind of feels like it has this energy of like the chain seems weirdly heavy for how thin it is. And there's a certain heaviness. Like, it seems like the air around it is just sort of like heavy and solemn, as if like it carries the weight of like
Bad
many rough decisions.
Bad
And there's just a
vibes.
little, lots of bad vibes. And there's a little counter on it that currently says like, I don't remember. I think it was less than 1,000. But
Case, do you have that number? I actually don't have an updated
I don't
number.
remember.
Ugh.
It's fine
was-
if you don't.
It was written on a thing. It was. I have the number of like what you were supposed to be at versus like what you are at, and it was like 470 something out of like 1,270 something.
Yeah. So it says like, let's say like 470, right? I'll be like, you think earlier today counts?
Depends on how it goes tomorrow.
I won't click any buttons yet, but you can see we're behind schedule. But if we could find some excuse to maybe go and, in fact, if we were to be found out helping get this shard back, I don't expect things would go very well, but that is exactly why I'm so interested in helping out. So perhaps...
Zeke, I don't even understand a word you're saying.
Sorry,
and to
are
be
you gonna
honest
help
with
Val or not? Because what you said's a lot.
Oh, Marlow just like comes up behind. He
Yeah.
doesn't even notice. And he's
At
like,
a table, aren't
"Oh,
We're
we?
still
all
sitting at the table.
yeah,
oh
We're
shit."
all at the table.
yeah.
He like checks back in, like, "Oh fuck, look at all these people here."
So if we help you with what you need to do, then you'll help us.
Oh, now that would be fantastic. Actually, I would appreciate that more than you can probably know. In fact, I would consider myself indebted. If you were to help, it would be real quick, and then because like the
It
quest
does
is gonna
not
be...
legally mean that we would be considered indebted to you.
Yeah, no, I would feel personally indebted. It's I would love to come along. Like, let's just say I'll come along, but man, I could use like I need and I, like again looking around. Is Holly still anywhere in the building?
At this point, no.
Okay. Was there anyone who looks like maybe a bit lonely or just like around after, you know, once it's
There-
getting cold and everyone's been displaced?
Xyriel's very out of place.
Xyriel.
He's just
it-
sitting at the table.
In the tavern, other than the group around you, there's the bard who's currently playing on his lute is by himself.
Cool. Zeke thinks over a little bit, like, and he's gonna like, just like, sort of like, be like, you guys go over the details with Abe. Don't make him sign anything, Abe. For the love of all that's awful, just maybe don't come up with anything written tonight. Like, just for me, like, I don't know. I haven't even heard of
Zeke.
any today.
Zeke,
Yeah.
you should go sleep.
Yeah, if you find anyone who's like, well, just send them by. If you see anyone who wants to say their thanks, just send them by the room. I'm gonna go. And he just like
Val just
walks out.
rolls her eyes.
All right. So does he return back to where y'all had purchased rooms?
Yeah, Zeke's gonna head back to wherever the rooms were purchased,
Alright.
find what is supposed to be his room, and he's going to start carefully lighting candles in a pattern around, and slowly, just very slowly, like tapping with his foot, and very carefully trying to play a song to like regain his focus and composure.
Okay, sounds good. As you all see Zeke make his way out of the tavern, heading north.
Oh, he's gonna play Ain't No Grave. He's
Excellent.
gonna try that one out.
All right.
By Johnny Cash. Yeah.
The rest of you are at the table. What do you do?
Val turns to the rest of the party that is not the Tiefling brothers because they are not helpful. And she goes, so are you gonna help?
Track those cultists down? Yeah. I think that's probably the best bet right now. I wouldn't want something like the aftermath of all of this happening in another city.
And I don't have to drag you kicking and screaming.
No, I can walk.
What it's worth, Val, if Zeke were here and in his straight head, he'd say he wants to come with you, and then I'd say that we have business we have to finish here, or we're gonna be in a heap of trouble before we leave. And then he'd say maybe fuck it, and then I'd try to convince you all otherwise.
Look, Val, I look at the team. I say, I will come. But there are some very distinct things that I need to get done. And I'm afraid I can't tell you yet. I would love to help, and I will come along. But in those rare circumstances where I ask that we go a certain place, I hope you would respect me enough to go that direction. I understand we all have our own secrets. And I respect
I hold up my
keeping
glass
yours.
toward Nova.
And I will keep mine, and I will keep yours. But let's not ask questions.
I will look at Xyriel and say, wherever you go, I will follow. And then give a nod to Val.
Happening again.
Okay.
We should probably go to bed if we have to wake up early.
I'll raise my hand as they start to get up and gesture to the bag of gold on the table. So am I posting the quest then, or how does that work?
I get that bag back.
You don't need to. I mean, we can just go of our own volition. It's not like we're bound to like specific hours worked. We kind of just do
Yeah,
it 'cause we
but
like it.
you deserve for them to know that you did the thing if you do the thing that is they would want done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could post a quest. I have to go back to the hall. I have to go back to the hall, and you see just like this light, this recognition in his eyes, and he goes, this has been lovely. I have to get back to the hall. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I won't. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And he'll sprint out the door.
I'll just shout after him, Town Center, 7 a.m.
Okay.
I'll chase after, and give a wave and sprint.
Okay. We'll finish up in the tavern then. Val, Abe, and Nova. No, I was just say y'all see them kind of wave and sprint out towards the south.
Val just looks morose.
Is Val like paying a lot of attention to what's going on, or is she just sort of vibing at this point?
I mean, she's kinda out of it. She's like giving the 1,000-yard stare off into a corner, and like her eyes are getting like misty.
Cool.
Oh.
I'll
You're fading
go
in and out a
over.
little.
I'll go over to the bar and I will pay some of the small amount of gold that I think I have 1 gold that Zeke has given me still.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I will pay my 1 gold and I want to get like just the most straight liquor I can.
Easy enough. They have you motion up towards Brumrus, who is a dwarf with some short brown hair and like curly, larger, kind of fluffed out beard, and the beard just kind of like moves as he talks. Just hey, well, if you're wanting something maybe a bit closer to home, I have some Hellfire whiskey. Maybe I know that it peaks more towards the tiefling taste bud. If you're wanting
You got enough for 3 of them?
Aye.
And I hold up my hands like a shot glass size.
You see, he pulls out from beneath, like in a pot of and snips, or it's like this weird gnarled, like spiky branch that like always, like the branch is always ends in like a large thorn. Mm-hmm. And he says, for 3 shots it'll be 5 gold.
I've got 1. But I helped save the town?
He glances a bit of recognition. It's on the house. And clips off some of the down-facing thorns, and they kind of pour in to like the cone that he cuts off. And he puts each of the cones into a glass, and it looks like there's just like these like cones of liquid that are kind of like rolling around in the shot glasses, and there's like heat kind of coming off of them.
I will set down my 1 gold and say, a tip for above average service, and I'll take the 3 shot glasses.
All right.
I'll put 1 in front of Val, 1 in front of Nova. I'll sit down
Poor
with
Val.
1. And I'll thumb through my book and open up the contract again. Have I heard Nova speak any specific language other than common?
I did understand the infernal that you picked up, and then I think outside of those,
Okay,
it was just common.
I'll just try. He'll sort of like go through and try a couple of infernal, gith, deep speech, draconic, dwarvish, and abyssal till he sees or recognizes one.
Yeah. Draconic. Did you say dwarvish?
Yeah.
Yeah, draconic, dwarvish, and infernal of those.
Cool. I will flip to my infernal copy of the contract, and I'll just hold it up to Cheerser. The
Who are you holding up to?
Just both of you in general.
All right. Val's gonna pick it up.
Tink down it.
For this, I do need a con save from Nova.
Okay.
It's been several hours, okay? 11 plus.
Just because you are
1,
not
so
naturally
12.
fire resistant.
Oh, I see.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't take any damage. It tastes a bit like Chinese 5 spice and bourbon as it goes down. But it tastes like it feels like you're like drinking the acid that you collected.
That's charming. I make 0 reaction or try very hard, but I do definitely get a little.
And everyone's pupils. Sorry, you see Nova's pupils match your pupils. Well, maybe you could tell me if it's not, but kind of dilate to slits, and then go back to being round.
Yeah, Abe's eyes definitely, like, the slits pronounce themselves and dilate and then come back. And his eyes sort
That's
of,
a new
the deep gold color in them flashes slightly.
Well, Val's eyes are completely white, so.
Mine also have a little gold. Does that mean they
10 out of
flash
10.
too? Oh,
Possibly.
that's so precious.
Val just spontaneously
I don't know what's
has
going
pupils.
So I'm going to set the book down, and I'm going to slide it toward you, and as I do, I'm going to lock eyes with you and say, open mind.
Wait.
And before I open it.
Oh, sorry. Your sound cut out for a second.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
I'm gonna bring it closer. Hello. I take it with one hand and I pull it closer to myself. I look back at Abe. Whatever I read, I understand, has a point behind it. Whatever I read will not be the end of this discussion. It'll be the beginning. And I think you and I have a lot of discussions to have in the future.
What language are you guys talking in?
Common.
Infernal.
Oh, infernal.
I'm using
Okay.
infernal. You can respond in common if you want.
Common, yeah. And I'm totally cool with Val jumping in on that. I'm being very open about it.
Yeah, Val's just gonna like kind of loll over and just like look. She's kind of like crouched in her seat at this point, and she's just kind of like looking over and like looking at seeing what Nova's doing, and we're like kind of looking to see what Nova's reactions are, because she's just kind of like, she's like kind of like she's sauced, so she's just like what?
I want to get some water for her.
Got the heavy head.
She's just droopy.
I flip open
as
the
is
page,
tradition, having finished my shot, I take and I bite the tip off of the little spike that contained it, and like crunch that up and swallow it.
What the fuck? Val just stares at you like, what?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. Why not? I'm curious.
You already made the
Val-
save. It's like it's like a ghost pepper.
Oh, tasty.
What?
I like it. Cool.
What was that?
It's
What
like
was
a
that?
Szechuan ghost pepper. Your mouth is just numb.
I like a
What-
Szechuan.
Val's
really
just like,
hot.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's just what you do. You just bite.
Good, actually. It wasn't that bad.
Val follows suit. She's just like, what the fuck?
As y'all continue into reading and discussing the book,
Yeah.
we go over Xyriel. You are running through the snow. That is, you kind of get you're running through, and there's been some clearing of the snow from the normal thoroughfare. That you kind of get caught behind a snowplow of sorts as you see this 10-foot tall, what looks like a mammoth with but has like a moose head and like deer horns with a large tail that is currently pulling snow behind it. You know this to be an auroch from your Monster Hunter journal, and it's currently like being a snowplow and just moving all the snow out the way. It kind of like throws you off a little bit as you're able to kind of like motion your way around it.
I
But
just give it a pat as I go. Thank you.
Marlow, you also see this as you kind of come along. You hear a little flit of a couple of like nasty, like nasally voices kind of going as you pass by. Weird. They kind of like go in and out. And eventually you make it all the way back to the guild hall.
What state is it in?
You passed the guild hall on your way in. Guild hall's fine. It was on the opposite end of the fire, of where it seemed the fire started.
Cool. Xyriel is going to sprint in and just burst the doors open. He's gonna start running up the stairs. Halfway up the stairs, he goes, wait, and he's gonna turn around. He's gonna walk back down. He's gonna pull whatever food he can find that's just left out, and he's going to pick it up, and he's gonna turn 180 and go right back up the stairs.
Okay.
He's gonna stop at his door and go, and he's gonna open it. And as soon as he opens it, this little baby dragon, this silver dragon, comes careening towards his fucking face. He's like, oh, hey, bud, I'm sorry, I know I've been gone for a while, hi, I'm sorry,
Just happy
I brought
chirps and spins in circles around your neck.
I brought you some food, are you okay? And he's gonna drop the plate on the ground, and he's just gonna pick up the baby dragon like a cat and just start looking around, making sure he's not hurt. He's like, you're good, right?
You see as he's as you're turning around, he's looking and squirming, trying to get down to the food.
Here you go. And he's just gonna set him down.
And in a very fast serpentine manner, you see he kind of rushes around the food and tucks it in towards him with one of the wings and then just starts going into it.
Xyriel is just gonna take a seat on the ground and put his head in between his legs, and then look up at him and be like, "I'm glad you're okay, bud. It's been a really long day. can I talk to you about it later? Is that fine? And then he's just gonna slump on the floor and just lay down and starfish out.
Marlow, you are behind him.
I
You
lost
see,
him, I
you-
assume.
you kind of like you saw him like you were up behind enough to where you saw him like come back down and like go back up to his room. Did you close the door, or
He literally just walked in.
there's a lot of noise around here, and it's not like a jovial thing. It looks like a lot of people are packing up downstairs, but you see Xyriel's room at the right end where like all the guild hall members can stay, and his door's open.
Xyriel, are you okay? I just want to check after today.
Hi. And he's just like still laying on the ground, just looking like upside down at her. Yeah, I'm fine. It's been a day. Yeah, a lot of people.
You see a little white body come out and slither and then come down and go at your toes, as it's done probably a dozen times before, and goes and like a little like water spray can of cold breath like goes at your toes and freezes your boots at the edge.
I'm just gonna reach into my bag and take out like little mini like meat rations and just sprinkle them down and like have them catch like a little bit of catch.
He tries to like sit up and like has a very evident like tough face that is broken immediately as soon as there's like a snack on the ground.
And I'm just doing this on the side, not really paying attention. The flower, would you like me to mail it so that mission you don't mail it?
Yeah, I think if you don't mind, I'd like to just, stay with him for a little bit. It's been a couple days. Yeah, and he's gonna like pull the flower out from his pack and just kind of pass it over to her.
I'll grab it and I'll give a little bit of a nod and then turn around, think a little bit, and take out like a small like little thing of tea leaves and just leave it on his bureau.
And before she leaves, Xyriel's going to grab her by the forearm, just like as she's walking out. Things will be fine, right? I know. I'm sorry. You don't want to talk.
I'll just
was not expecting this much from, a flower. We were just supposed to find a flower, and instead we found a forest on fire. And a lot of dead people. And I get it, they're probably in a better place, but it just sucks to think about everyone that has been left. I don't know. They'll be fine. That's why we're here. And he's gonna like wipe a single tear. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna hug my dragon. And then we're gonna get this. We're gonna get it done. And we're gonna help everybody. Yeah?
I'm gonna crouch down in front of him and fuck it again. I'm gonna take the damage and I'm gonna say, Xyriel, listen, this is not your fault. This is not any of our fault, and the town is better for us being here. And you need to take solace in that fact.
I know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm around. But it doesn't make it any less suck,
What's done is done. And we need to move forward.
Yeah.
We'll fix this as best as we can. I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure when, but we'll fix it. I promise we'll fix it. I'll fix it.
You can't do it by yourself. That's why I'm here. And that's why we're all here. Have a good night, Marlow. And he's just gonna give her a big ass hug.
Elijah, how fucking dare you?
That'd take like
They
10
are.
fucking damage. Screw it.
I took 10 fucking damage watching this.
You as you kind of leave and close the door, the door closes behind you. You wipe your nose as a little bit of blood comes out. You took 9 points of psychic damage.
I'm just gonna take the flower, head down the stairs, passing the rest of the Phoenix League members. I'm gonna give slight bows to those that I notice, and I'm going to head on over across the ship, up a different flight of stairs, and go to the rookery. And kind of do my stuff, tie the jar to the leg, or seal it in, however it works. And I'm just gonna say, Aldenair.
The conversation was deep, and now she must sleep.
Oh no.
Thanks. I didn't sign up for this emotional trauma today. Thanks.
My
I've
parents
been
didn't
waiting
sign
for a
my
good
permission
cry.
slip for this fields trip.
I didn't get a signed permission slip.
You do hear or feel a large presence kind of behind
Great.
you. You do feel a large presence behind you as you notice that a sound kind of gently comes in. If my thing will work.
Look behind me.
Nothing behind you, but
Grip my hilt as well.
There's a lot of chaos to furrow through, little one. The chaos we sow is not to the detriment of others. Your chaos leads you to strength. Focus on it.
Monk, how do I fix this? There must be a way. I mean, you have to say.
I wish I could. You know I would. But from this path, you should not stray. To properly wield one day, then the strength you can receive to make sure the precious things do not leave. You still have to ride for like 6 more hours.
on the ground in a ball.
What's up, community DM? Sorry, I didn't want to break that for a second. Thank y'all for the raid. What's up?
Thank you for
Thanks
the
so
raid.
much for coming by.
You guys are wonderful.
You
Wait.
missed all of the emotional trauma.
Oh my god.
Just
Yeah, no.
in time.
Just in
The
time.
Where's my
entire
thing?
party is sad.
We're not crying. You're crying.
Elijah's crying.
It's fine.
He's crying.
It's fine.
Nina's crying.
We're all
I'm
just
gonna
like,
stay.
I've got my rapier. I was expecting a weapon.
I didn't get the weapon's like in the other room from filming TikTok, and I
We
was
gotta
like,
just
I
get-
can't do it.
we gotta get you like a backup mini one that you can just pull out.
I have
Yeah,
to
you
get
need
like
to get that
to get him
Like
like
a-
a wall sheath
Yeah.
that he can just pull it down from.
in case of raid. Well, I was gonna say like break glass in
No,
case
you
of
need to
raid.
get that little TikTok thing where it's like that little metal cylinder and you just pop the button and it goes and you have like a
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't pop dry out. Jesus. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you. We zoom over to the northern tavern where we see Zeke currently on the ground, playing away at his fiddle.
Yeah. Trying to go to sleep once he like calms down a bit.
Okay. Do you cast Find Familiar to bring back Vinny tonight, or do you do that later?
So, because I am aware that Vinny keeps track of what I do. And I don't know exactly how much he keeps track of or what exactly he can know because just because I don't trust him, so I'm not sure. So what I think I'll do is I'll take as sitting there sort of contemplating, right? I sort of sigh. It's time to bring him back. Seamus, I will be wondering. I don't. And I set out the stuff to bring him back.
Okay.
And I take the candles and I like rearrange them into a different pattern and redraw the lines, and I take the little bit of like herbs and charcoal dust and a little bit of sulfur and sort of lay it down along the different lines, right? And then sort of as I'm getting there, I just sort of like plunge my hand down, like at the end of like the ritual, like preparing, and I plunge my hand down to like reach down in and like pull him out of hell to like bring him back.
Okay. You pull up Vinny, and from the crag you can feel like the heat like kind of like pressing into like and around your arm and your hand. You pull him up and
Wow! Whoa! Boss, it's been a while, glad you're not dead.
What have you seen, Vinny?
I've seen some shit, boss. I tell you that.
Did you see anything up here?
What is you referring to?
Good. Well, after you left, we had a bit of a rough time, but we got it sorted out. I just wanted to know if you were snickering down there, or if you're all right.
I'm fine. Yeah. No
like-
snickering.
And I kind of like touch his head a little bit, like, "Oh, okay, all right, you're all right." I like set him down, like,
Does Vinny look the same as he did before?
Vinny does look the same. Yeah, he hasn't changed.
Okay.
Vinny hasn't changed.
Cool.
Luckily, there's no news, like bad news or anything like that, or I didn't get a finger wagging or sent to the torture chamber. This time.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
good. That's real good.
We got a new push to or I guess I don't want to call it a new job, but he said to remind you you're not done with the contracts and stuff, but I tell you what, the boss is he's a bit different now.
Is he in a... What do you mean, different? I mean, I know he was in a good mood, and I frankly have been trying not to think about that most of the day now.
No,
but...
he's big. He's big different. He's a general now.
I like you like... Vinny, you can't joke with me like this. I don't...
Boss, I wish I was joking. I do. Listen. I
like...
Meanwhile, in a tavern across town, Abe just spontaneously bursts into flames, and he's not sure why.
Huh?
That was weird. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious.
Sorry.
He's kind of ignoring me now, like, and he's just kind of hand waving. He says he's got too much stuff to worry about us. And
Wait. No. This could work out for us. Did he talk to you at all while you were down there?
Not really, no. He has...
Then
there
maybe-
was like a secretary or something that was talking to me. Some bone devil. I think he's like running for office or something.
I shouldn't probably talk to you, Vinny, about anything. You're still supposed to report on me, right? Like, don't pretend. I know. So assuming that's still your job, if you didn't even ask for a report, which I appreciate you telling me, I really do, Vinny. I think that assuming you put off backstabbing me for a long time, I think we could get real far.
I tell you this, Zeke, we in the same boat. Alright? You fuck up, I'm a fuck up, alright?
All right. So let's put it this way. Maybe, since you are probably not interested in having your ass over the fire, if you will, for all of eternity, perhaps if he's currently not paying attention to what we're doing, and don't take any notes, but now might be the time to I get a lot done that using methods he might not be as appreciative of, but the end result will be satisfactory, or at least he won't be able to do nothing about it. So what I'm saying is, maybe if he ain't asking you for reports as often, if you can convince me you have failed to report on what we're doing, without, then perhaps I would feel more lenient in what your jobs are. We can all play things a little bit more loose than we have before, and maybe go on a little side project I'm considering that, of course, would never interfere with my official work, but would take some time, and if we didn't have to go into a lot of the details about that, it'd work out well for me. And as long as he never says nothing, as long as he never lets me know that you've told him anything I didn't want him to know, perhaps I could make some progress. What I'm saying is, maybe drop a few reports, let him hang out a bit. Don't say everything that's going on with this side project, and in return, I'll try and not send you back down to the spark room so often, and we can maybe get along.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh, shit.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Wait, I need the board. Where's the board? It rolled down into a crack between the table, and it was either a 6 or a 16, and I was like,
Sadness.
fuck. No, wait, no, this is okay, because it's +6, so 12.
12.
Zeke, it's gonna take a lot more than
What if
cutting
I
off
got us
the...
What if I got us a promotion, and since we just happened to send a particularly nice soul downstairs while you were out, I don't know if it's gonna go to our department directly, but I think that kind of initiative probably could earn some friends down there.
Maybe so.
So if I got us a little promotion, maybe a little bit more power, and that of course would relate to making your job easier, would you consider it over again?
Sure, but we got... Yeah. There's so much... It sounds like a lot of shit happened up here. That's all I gotta say. And down there, there's even more shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't even on the right layer.
You weren't on the right layer?
Nah, we moved down to the 4th.
Oh my god. Sweet hellfire. You have... So he really did get promoted. Well, you know what? I think whether we want to or not, we gotta take advantage of this. And frankly, I'm a little tipsy. I may have done some stupid shit today and felt a little too much, which is never a good idea. So I think maybe I should sleep on it. I'm sure if he comes to talk to me, I'll try and make it seem like I'm excited about his promotion, just to keep him. And yeah, you best too. And we'll talk about this again. But I think if he's not paying as much attention to you anymore, maybe you can work something out with me, and you won't be forgotten. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. You see some some nodding, and he just kind of like yeah, and then like curls up and gets ready for sleep.
I just fall back in the circle, like candles still going, and just like.
Excuse me, sir. That's a fire hazard.
Listen, the brothers are constant fire.
The brothers are fire hazards.
Living, breathing fire hazards.
So where does Nova? Where do the three in the tavern end up? At the end of the night, are they going back to their respective
Where is
places?
everyone else going? Because Val is like hella tipsy.
Still technically have rooms at the Phoenix League.
There are still rooms at the Phoenix League. Zeke went north towards the one that he and Abe had paid for originally. Unless you wanted to go to the south to the Phoenix League, Zeke. I just kind of assumed that you went up that way.
I think I probably would go to the nicer rooms in the Phoenix League.
Yeah, they're much nicer.
Especially because the north area is a little bit burnt.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be sure that they still had like a roof. So yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have gone down to the Phoenix League. You saw everyone turn right out of. Nova saw everyone turn right out of the tavern and went south. So you assume everyone went to the Phoenix League.
All right. Do I know how to get there? Are people going there?
So, what are you doing, Nova, before?
I was
I
kind of
see.
hoping to say one more thing before we were like getting up and tucking
Oh,
away.
Yeah. Go for it.
Like once I started opening up this book, I don't know if Abe was gonna start saying something while I was reading through it, but
Yeah, so what he was gonna do this first time, because so the book is very interesting. When you open it up, basically what you see are little glyphs and runes where the ink continually moves across and makes different runes in different places. And it's a book that's not even necessarily designed to be read by mortals. Like generally people who read these books, that's what they do. That's their whole job. And so it's a very compact language written in these tiny runes where it's not just the runes that you read, but literally the groups of runes together make little magical sort of auras that provide context to the runes themselves. And you have to track that to read it and to know where you need to look next to read the next part of it. And it's all done with, like, you see highlights that Abe has made that are literally like they stand out in what looks almost like sparks of flame. But he just brushes all that aside and he takes you right into the upper right corner and he literally just starts trying to teach you how to read the page number. And that's all he's doing.
I'm game. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I want to do is I want to basically take her to where the contract is so she can read it in the book.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to teach her how to, like, find the page number to get there.
Yeah,
And
it's very much of like a codex of like you have to turn to this page, then this page, then this page to end up at the page.
Got it. Okay. I feel like I would struggle on the first couple and then maybe think that I'm getting the hang of it, even though I'm definitely still getting it wrong. So you have to kind of like coerce me to be like,
Yeah.
a couple more pages.
Mm-hmm.
And while this is going on, I look up at Abe and I say, I've been thinking about your proposition. You asking for help to burn things that can't be burned.
Yeah.
I hope you realize some things will never burn. But Abe, that doesn't mean you can't change it into something that can burn. But I don't know what that thing is or why you want it to burn. And without any idea of some of those finer details, I can't help you.
That's fair. I appreciate that you've been thinking about it. And you're right, some things don't burn. But there are a lot of things that should. So how about we get through tomorrow and then we see if we can't come up with some way to start.
Yeah, sounds good.
In the meantime, what you actually wanted to do was flip to here, right? And then this,
All right,
this
I'm getting
thing-
there. At least I
Right.
got like kind of close.
Well, you see how this feels kind of hot? That means you actually have to go to here, and then we get to the
so it's
contract page.
temperature dependent. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Val is just kind of like,
Val, which page do we go to?
and she just kind of goes, that one.
194.
she points to one, and we open it up, and the book just screams.
What's the fun?
Nope, that's
That
the
one? Nope.
Val just goes,
small sacrificing condors. That is a very niche.
Oh, God.
page. So
Cool.
eventually, as y'all finish up,
Yep.
and Nova, are you going back to Red Thistle, or
I'm headed this way. This one looks like she needs a little help.
Yeah, if But if someone's taking me somewhere,
So,
that'd be great.
I was gonna say, if Nova will help, that's great. Abe was literally gonna like shoulder under and get.
Oh, I love it.
Val
They each
you got
take
it.
an arm because
Yeah.
she's like huge. They're like,
Yeah, to work together
The two
carrying
birds are
all
It's a
just
the
lot of
Say,
armor.
yeah.
I don't think that one of you has the strength enough to carry that
Yeah.
full plate ass.
The bee.
Full plate ass.
Yeah, we'll.
And then
Are
as
you-
she's going, she's just gonna be like, have you noticed that Nova's the only one without white hair? Have you guys noticed that? I feel like
The
that's
fourth wall.
weird, right?
Respect the fourth wall.
I pull my hood a little bit further down. We drop. Are you at the Phoenix League, both of you?
So I was gonna go to the Phoenix League, and after we dropped her off in bed, I was going to post a quest to go and get this.
Wait, are you just gonna drop her off in her full plate armor to go to sleep?
Yeah.
I don't know how to doff armor.
That's what Abe
That's
would
not
do.
something. I don't know how to do it.
That's what's happening.
And Abe just like
she's like,
I'll help. I'll try. Okay.
Is somebody actually gonna help? Because then you'll get to see the thing.
No.
I mean,
I don't
unless you
think
got an
anyone's
undershirt, sorry, I don't know how to doff armor. I am
Val-
not a fighter.
You would see Val like trying to like reach for straps, drunkenly, like
I've got a couple,
kind
but
of
like,
falling asleep.
I'm not taking anything off. So, I'll do what I can to get the
wait,
straps.
can't
for
you
but
use
everything else-
wait, let me check this.
Yeah,
Is
so
there
she
a
like
spell
she
that
takes
will
the
let you,
pauldron
like,
off,
tie
and then she
and
just kind of
untie
like
things?
she does. You do it like this, and she's just like like trying to get the thing. And she's like,
Isn't there a like cantrip that lets you tie and untie things?
As they walk past
Ah.
the door, he's just like,
Uh,
good night. Oh, good night.
Xyriel, can you help?
Xyriel, can you? I don't
Please.
think this seems very. And she's kind of wiggling around, so like I can't get a hold of anything.
Um.
not that hard,
yeah.
guys.
Zuriel
Okay.
still like sleepy or like just getting to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Like
no,
a
I got
boot
it.
just
Yeah,
goes
no.
flying across
I
the
didn't know.
room.
It's cool. I'll just
Come on. And he's coming out, and he's got his own breastplate off at this point, and he's not wearing his cloak. It's just the very fluffy, open white shirt that he has underneath.
Cool. I have a
And
very important question. Does the
Yes.
dragon follow him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Dragon is sleeping or if Dragon would follow.
Damn. Okay.
Hold on.
Roll evens is asleep.
Deal.
I am helping
That's a
Val,
6.
but I'm very
6.
like,
It's awake. Unless you tell it to stay in the room. Tell him to stay in the room, then he'll follow.
No, I won't tell him to say do anything. If he wants to follow, he can follow.
You see, like, I would say Nova has actually. I think both of y'all have a high enough wisdom. You and Abe to notice, like, just like kind of like stumbling on all fours out of the chamber, and like letting out like the littlest like 2-inch yawn.
I start speaking in Draconic. I'm like, hey, little sweet baby.
I'm sorry. I didn't think he was still awake. And Xyriel picks him up and he puts him on his shoulder. He goes, "This is Jadar. He's my little friend."
Okay. Nina needs to become Nova again.
Val is drunk and she's like,
Val is like crook neck, like on her breastplate as she's like flattened on the floor, trying to reach at a thing.
grabby hands at Dragon.
Meanwhile, Abe is just like trying to figure out how to detach the boot. He's like,
Is this making a lot of noise at this
Nova,
point?
can you hold him real fast?
Yeah,
And
okay.
Xyriel's gonna put Jadar on Nova's shoulder. He's like, hold on, Val, and he's gonna start helping to doff the armor because he knows how to do it.
right. Xyriel, not to critique, but why do we even take this off? Wouldn't it be safer to sleep in the armor? Like, that just feels like she's asking to get
It
attacked
really
while
doesn't.
she's out.
It doesn't feel very. You obviously have never worn armor before, have you, Abe?
I awkwardly straighten my tie.
Abe, do you sleep in your
no offense,
in your suit and tie?
Do you?
I mean, it's you know, it's comfortable and like and I cast mending to heal it from the flames that have currently been burning through it.
Dirty,
You know, and
boy.
it
Just
works
for
fine.
reference, Val is wearing stuff under it. She's wearing like the equivalent of like a sports bra and pants.
Yeah.
That shit chafes. You ain't
And
got nothing else
realistically-
but that.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. No.
God.
Like realistically, when she have like a padding.
Yeah,
she'd
she's got
have-
like
she'd
a
have some
lot
sort
of
of
stuff.
padding. Yeah,
but,
she'd have, like, a
she has
mother
like
shirt
a
or
I
something.
assume that's
whole
part
thing.
of the armor that is being doffed.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And she's
Cool.
trying to get down to the pajama zone.
She's got a cuirass.
How much noise is this
Pajamas,
making,
though.
by the way? This attempt to de-armor Val.
A good bit. Mostly just because
Not
like
super
Val
subtle.
is
We're
like
just trying to-
trying
What?
to like yell like, no, it's different. Because she's got like
Trying
this
to give
special.
orders and she's like,
What's the chance?
Roll
What
a
are the
brush.
chances that Zeke would be disturbed from his recent sleep by this? If he's is he asleep? I think he is at this point.
Yeah, you'd be asleep. So go ahead and just roll a d20 for me.
It's a 3 do.
A 3.
Is that good or bad?
You're still
I don't
asleep.
know. Cool. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Once we finish with the armor,
Snoring from the other room.
I will just definitely turn around, and for like a moment, Abe's whole face just goes into like interest and excitement, and I'll just go, "Oh, is that a?" Well, now I've only ever read about. Is that just a lizard, or is it?
Do I have any history on dragons?
Just yeah, you know that it's like a small dragon.
This is a straight
Oh,
up.
I don't know, like
It's not a
ice
pseudo
dragon,
dragon.
anything.
No, you know, it's like the color is a silver dragon.
Any
right?
scientific
Yeah.
name?
Kinda
Dracon-
silver.
Dracona Sylvaris. I was
No,
literally going to
it'd
say
be,
Dracona Sylvaris.
The
No, wait.
Dracona
What's the?
Oh,
wait,
it'd be
what's
I know
the
what this would be.
AU,
This would be
or AG.
ag.
Yeah.
What does it stand for? I don't know what AG stands for.
What's the full word for AG?
This
Oh
moment.
yeah. It's Argente.
Argentium?
I looked up silver in Latin, and that could be where AG is from.
Yeah, I don't think it's from the Latin.
Yeah, let me look. AG.
Argentum.
Draconis,
Syndrome.
Yeah.
Argentum.
Draconis,
Yeah,
Draconis
okay.
Argentum.
Draconis
This is
Argentum.
a Draconis Argentum, correct, Xyriel? The real question is, where'd you get one?
Oh, you kind of just found each other, I guess.
Nova is very like confused that
Jadar
there's
falls
a such
asleep.
thing as like.
ooh, ooh.
Um,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
I'd like to, if I could, before he fell asleep, there's one thing I wanted to do, which is like right in front of him. I wanted to pull a little bit of water out of my canteen with control water, and just like make it into an ice crystal in my hand, and just
Jadar.
give it to him.
You can take it if you want. I guess, buddy. And he
See,
holds him out.
He like sniffs. And like you see like the ice freezes over and like looks like a reverse like meteor or like a badminton
Yeah.
little birdie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like your tip of your finger is very, very cold.
Mhm.
Sorry. Hey, bud. Let's maybe not freeze our friends.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys.
I'll just sort of.
Yes, big.
That's fair. Yeah,
Do-
no, this has been
I do also
Yup.
want to say that you also, guys, you will see the scar
I'm excited about it.
Everyone,
So, are you wearing
everyone
like
is-
sports bra or there's a baby dragon?
There's a baby dragon.
Yeah, there could be a scar.
There could be plot, but also
But baby dragon.
Everyone is like wait, I gotta find the art for it. I thought I had it
Have we finished taking off our armor?
loaded. Well, you finish taking off. You're like you finally get off like the heavy weighted like overcoat or like over sweatshirt thing that kind of keeps her from chafing.
Yeah,
And that's when you see, and that's when you see like across her like abdomen is this like glowing cratered like it looks like it's going in probably like an inch or two towards the center, and it's like this long grayed over cratered scar maybe, and the center of the scar that kind of goes in a line is like this craggy line of like glowing red that kind of pulses and glows.
Can I like actually try as Abe to like look at that and remember what it looks like? Because he feels like he can't sketch it now, but wants to a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Decorum.
Yeah, you take a mental snapshot of it, and Val, you are freed of your armor and on this nice, comfortable wood floor.
And she's just gonna go, like, I'm gonna go to sleep right here. Good night. Like that one vibe.
Oh,
Is there
like-
anybody
Take a sleep
who's
right there.
when the
close-
breakfast bell rings, I don't think we're gonna want her to
Who's
be there. She might get
closest?
killed.
Val
Trampled.
like bunches the fur skin rug up onto a pillow.
Yeah, no,
and just
whoever is
curls.
closest is getting like strong armed into pillow mode.
I think
So
that's Xyriel who is doffing
Probably.
the armor.
Sitting there. Oh,
I just like grab Xyriel. I'm like, no.
I take a pillow and I give it to Xyriel
no,
to
no,
see
no,
if he can.
no,
can
we're not
swap
staying
out.
here. No, we're not staying here. Oh God, I guess we're staying here.
Switch. You can try to
Jadar.
switch.
You feel like a couple of like little foot pats come across your side, and like you feel that you look and see like this weird lizard looking, it's like a dragon, and then it breathes on your elbow, and your elbow gets really cold.
And she's
And then
like,
it-
ooh. She's like, that feels nice. And she takes the dragon and she points it at the scar because the scar's
Ooh.
hot.
Jadar is doing that thing
Just
that
some
dogs
icy
do
hot.
when
Like
they
Chihuahua
swim.
swim.
Does the Chihuahua swim over?
Oh my
He just like tries to use the dragon as icy hot. on his
Xyriel's
tongue.
laying like in her arms, just holding Jadar straight up. Like, nope. I kind of don't want him near that. That looks bad.
Hasn't killed me yet.
Can I?
Can
I'll
someone get her
just
off,
like
please?
walk. Abe has reached the end of what Abe knows how to handle, so I'm just gonna sort of like awkwardly like put a pillow in between Xyriel's arms underneath Jadar, and then back out of the room.
Okay. No, but you can get her off
Did you
me,
just-
right?
Ah. I
And start to
I like
try and
I'm
get out.
trying to hold
It's pretty
the dragon
easy.
for you.
The
But
drunken
also-
force is very sleepy, so
All I do is I like lean over and I just like start blowing in her ear to kind of make her like twitch a little bit and scratch at her ear and move.
As she
and I'm
does
like,
that, I get up.
go, go, and I hand the dragon back.
Thanks.
And I give
Kinda
her a
glides.
That's
pillow.
probably not a good spot for her.
I
Hold on. Can you,
yeah.
Jadar, go lay down. And
I'm
he's
just
gonna
standing
go,
at the door.
like, kind of throw Jadar like you would a bird that like when you wanted to fly, he just throws him into the room and Jadar will go fly and sit on the bed.
you see like a boomerang effect as he kind of curls into the room.
And Xyriel is gonna grab Val by the boot and just drag her into the room or try.
Oh, God.
So Abe is going to Abe
the most amusing thing ever.
Abe is going to crouch down, and you see him like whisper something toward the floor and pass his hands across it, and these glowing runes appear. And then you hear this creaking on the floorboards, and I'm gonna summon my unseen servant and send it to go try and lift Val into bed.
No, that's a really smart move. That is so smart.
You guys
oh my
watch
god.
as this unseen force, just like Abe finishes in casting this incantation, and all of a sudden Val's arm and leg just flop onto the bed as she's rolled onto falling off again.
Oh. All right, Nova's gonna try and help. She's
eventually-
like really not that strong either.
Eventually flops over. No, or Val by herself is not that heavy. It's just the unseen servant is.
Yeah,
What
Val
you see is
weighs
just like this very
170 pounds.
this
I was gonna
blank
say,
face
I think
thing. It's
unseen
like
servants can only hold like 10 pounds, 20 pounds.
it's taking a lot of effort.
It has all the time.
Eventually, Val gets crooked into the bed, and you all are kind of like, okay. This is
Okay, that was an endeavor. That was a lot. I'm tired.
I think we should go to bed before
Yeah.
we oversleep and maybe miss important meetings.
What time do we have to be there again?
7. Right,
Okay.
Babe? I can wake everybody up if you want. I'm usually up before then.
Just meet me there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's everybody's
Xyriel,
doing.
I'll be at the Red Thistle.
Oh, okay. I will try and figure out where that is.
Wine
gotcha.
District.
Val just like sleepily mumbles something in infernal and then goes to sleep.
Flame gouts through her chest. No, okay.
Abe, Xyriel, it's probably best we don't speak about that. And I motion to the scar. Okay.
That.
Okay.
Have a good night,
Well,
guys.
good night.
All right. As Abe and Xyriel find their way back to their room.
I don't. I go to the town center and I just wait there all night because I don't sleep.
Gotcha.
Are you walking out with me while this happens?
I would. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fine. I'm just leaving immediately.
Were you gonna
Xyriel
say
gets
something,
back to
Car?
bed.
Okay.
Marlow, where are you?
I would say I'm stuck in the rookery for a while. Just very thoughtful. Also thinking, damn, Balmung, why you have to drop mad rhymes? And I'm just gonna stand up, just completely blank faced. I'm gonna head down the stairs, out of the guild hall. I'm going to find wherever Sonia's house is. Is that the center of town? Where's that house?
Yeah, it's the center of town.
More or less.
Well,
Literally, the town border that's covered in snow in a sleet storm contains her house and a fountain, and that's it.
Cool. So I will pass by Abe and knock loudly on the door.
Can I stop her?
Knock loudly on which door? To
Sonia's door.
I'd
You
say
can also stop me.
I'd say at this point, Marlow was probably already way in that direction anyway. If you're going straight over to go knock on her door,
Okay.
there's no answer.
I'm gonna knock louder.
No answer.
Then I'm going to sit there.
You're able to
Wait.
surmise that the unmoved snow that's in front of the door, Sonia's not in here. Sonia did not go into her home, as it is still under watch of constant snow Or actually, you're not sure why, but like Sonia's not here.
Cool. Then I'll just sit there
Okay.
and wait.
Eventually,
Abe rolls up.
yeah, Abe and Nova pass.
Well, I'm headed this direction. Where are you going? Because you're not coming with me.
That's yeah. No, I'll see you in the morning.
All right. And I head off on my direction, and before I get out of sight, I'm gonna look back and see if he's walking in any direction.
You see, he's walked over to the fountain, and he's just sitting on the edge of it.
Okay. I make it to the red thistle,
All right.
and I head up to my room, and I sit down on the bed, and soak in everything that has happened, the Ankeg battles, the stitched corpses, the flames and fire, people dying, shadows, and Nova just starts crying uncontrollably and just curls up and leans into the bed.
Baby,
and tries to fall
no!
asleep.
Eventually,
Yeah.
exhaustion takes over. You fall asleep. Abe, you're just waiting.
Marlow, what are you doing here?
Is it past midnight?
At this point, yeah. As much as I would love to continue it on for just one more episode.
Good of a beam, as it would be.
I didn't want to. Thank you. I'm gonna sit there and I'm just gonna look up and be like, "Oh, she's here." There's got to be something more that we can do. I can do. I need to fix this, and I might be able to help, but I need to talk to somebody from the town.
Well, that didn't rhyme. So I assume
No,
you've recovered.
I assume so.
So,
Yeah.
what is it you want to do?
I want to contact someone from home who might be able to help, and I want to warn them that things might be coming to Aldenair.
I mean, why? The funny thing about contracts that I've learned. The more you muck with them before you actually get into the agreement, the less likely you are to get what you want out of them.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
This situation is complicated, and maybe we ought to just leave it alone till the morning.
It's not something that would happen immediately, and the faster the knowledge goes out, the faster things can just be fixed. And I don't want to make a spectacle out of this. I wanted to get it done.
You got a name?
Yes.
Well, and I'll dust the snow off the fountain to the side of me. See, there's this spell I know kind of lets me talk to people, but I gotta know who I'm trying to talk to, and I open the book and thumb through the pages. See, what I do is I write here in the book, and then what I write, they hear.
And that wouldn't affect them anyway.
Well, they would hear whatever I write in the book.
I just want to clarify, this is not a contract.
Oh, well, no, not as such. This is just it. More technically, it's part of my contract. Case for your edification, this is one of my invocations.
Gotcha.
The name. Is this a message, or do you just need the name?
I need the name, and then we have to write whatever it is you want to say in the book.
The name. The name is Alistair Montgomery.
I turn the book around. You have to write it because you've met him. I haven't.
Okay. And I will kneel in the snow and write to Alistair Montgomery. It's all in rhyme, and now I have to unrhyme it.
Or just rhyme it.
No, just write it in rhyme. I
Rhyme it.
love
It
it.
is now embedded in
already-
you.
It's a part of you.
It's a
now.
habit.
Part of the actual fucking thing. It's just gonna say, do I say it out? Are you reading this behind me? Abe?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Awesome. Let's go.
Also,
Because I don't know subtlety.
Yeah. Well, also he'll have to like turn it around and like
Okay.
close the book to make it cast anyway.
Cool. I'm gonna say to my esteemed brother, I'm requesting aid on behalf of the city Orncast. They need reconstruction. I didn't know. Okay, so there's a limit.
Is
okay.
this sending?
No, this is a well, let me bring up my invocation.
Because I'm like, you got 10 words.
Yeah.
I'm
10 more
limited.
words.
If it's sending, I need to reconstruct.
Give me a second.
I remember talking about this, Steve. I don't remember the details.
Isn't
I
it
cannot
called Book of here, wait, there's got to be a master list. Here we go. No, Book of Ancient Secrets is not it.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think it
it's a
was-
thing. I will find it.
I don't remember. I thought it was a future thing, so that's why I wasn't prepared to speak to it. I remember this. It was cool as hell.
Yeah.
I think it might have had a word limit, though. Keyboard? Why is my... Oh, no. My keyboard is disconnected. Useless. I think it might have
Damn
had the 25 word limit. I think it might have
It
been
probably does.
a way
It
to
does?
do sending.
Okay. Then
So, yeah.
I will say to my esteemed brother, I am requesting aid to Orncast and sending a warning of those who will bring harm to Aldenair. Love, little bird. And then I'll write the name Alistair Montgomery underneath it.
I will turn the book back around and sort of waving my hand over them, let each letter sort of like burn into the page and then close the book to send it.
If I remember correct, if they reply mentally, it comes out as words on the same page.
It does.
Do you
I
open
remember
it
this
back
so
up?
clearly. Where is it from?
Yeah, I close it and then open it again.
Okay. You see writing on the page, Marlow.
just stay safe. I'll do my best to spread whatever word I can. There's lots of weird stuff going on over here, too. Come home for now.
Found it.
Big Bird.
Big bird.
Bird.
So I opening the book, and as those words just like, it's almost like flame traces the letters out onto the page. I turn it back so you can see it. And what this actually does, I found it, is it lets me cast the sending spell.
Yeah.
But it appears written on the page.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's what you get.
Breathe in, breathe out. Her hands
Cool.
are shaking a little bit. And I'm going to give a very deep bow to Abe and say thank you.
If,
Yes?
no, it's not important. It's not important. Go ahead.
I'm unsure how much this can help, but I could have done more, and I need to do more, and this is all I can think of.
You tried. Just get some sleep. Don't be late in the morning.
Will do.
As you leave and start to walk away, Abe smiles in a sort of half joking way, as though he thinks he's way too clever, and he says, "Sleep well, little bird."
I just pause, and you just see like my shoulders kind of crunch up, my head go down, and I walk faster away.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Wait.
And as you get back and rest starts to take you, no crazy dreams for anyone tonight. Abe, you sit there underneath a singular, small, painfully familiar blue cloud that just constantly flurries little bits at your shoulders. And there, as everyone is taking their rest, we will go ahead and end the session.
Woo woo.
And everyone levels up!
Yeah.
Yay. I'm gonna get some water real quick.
So,
A baby dragon.
let's
Baby dragons
have
full the show.
everyone go ahead on stream, but while we also get ready to go raid somebody, we're gonna listen to where we're going with our levels. Some of y'all have feat ideas. Some of y'all have for all those viewing, I do. This is a heroic campaign, and so there's a bunch of different things that I do for this heroic style campaign to make sure that I can throw very large and very scary things at them that they can handle later. One of them is hit points, and so you'll see that they'll roll whatever their hit die is for their next class that they're choosing, if they want to continue with the class that they have, or if they want to multi-class. And if they roll below the average, they take average. It's just a chance to see if you can get higher than average right now. So let's go around. Everybody go ahead and roll their dice for their hit points. And I
have yet to roll above average.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Val got a 10. Okay.
Shit, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Got an 8.
Xyriel,
Let's
7.
Let's go.
John got an 8. Marlow, you said Marlow got a 7?
7.
Sure. Steve, were you not as lucky?
7.
Average.
Minimal.
Nova.
Yeah.
What dice do I roll?
You roll a d6.
A D6.
D6, which I've never had to roll a D6 before, and it hurts my heart.
Wait, is Abe rolling a
Warlocks are
d6?
D8. Warlocks are
warlock.
D8, sweetie.
But is he?
Yeah, but he needs to multi-class into wizard.
Oh,
at this point.
okay.
That talk with Nova really started shit going.
That's it. I'm ready. Sign me up.
Look, Abe needs some magic smarts so that he can yeet fire around without burning everyone that he's supposed to be on a team with, and so wizard levels.
Is
That
Zeke,
makes sense.
doing warlock?
I think so, based on the conversation with Vinny.
Okay, cool.
Oh, really?
I thought you were
Nova
gonna go hard.
I got a 4.
4. Okay, cool. Nova 4. So it's the same hit die if you choose to go either direction, John. So with that, I want to do a quick shout out to Cinda. Thank you for subbing again. We love you. And beyond that, we're gonna go ahead and I think we're going to. Oh shit! What up, Mike? Friendo in the chat.
Hey.
We're going to go and raid Usagi K.
Hell yeah.
If they're still on.
Ooh.
They are.
Are they
I
still
got
on?
them
Okay,
pulled
cool,
up.
cool, cool.
Yep,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
'em pulled up.
All right, so remind me. We got
Slash
Raid, and
Raid.
then space, and then the
Space.
full name.
Usagi.
Bye, guys. Thank you all for watching
Okay.
us.
Thanks,
Stick on,
guys.
That's good.
Join the
Guys,
Discord
seriously
to
awesome.
talk about some theories you have about
Oh.
each of the characters and the
Yeah,
story.
please do.
Your
Come by.
eyes.
Yes,
Talk
at
to us.
Discord.
It's fun.
Plus,
People play
Plus, we're
games.
setting up some additional events for soon in the
And
playing games and watching
90s on
movies in there.
Tuesday, and then Melanie's DMing on Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah.
all those
At
things.
the Idiot Adventure.
And buy a shirt.
Yeah.
That too. We just need one more.
One more.
One more.
I will actually change it to the ending screen this time so that we don't just like fucking cut the screen. Okay. Later, y'all.
Make sure to stay in the raid, guys.
Yeah, stay for raid.
Stick
Bye.
on for raid.